Good evening and welcome to the iconic Watertown Stadium for tonight's semifinal matchup between the 8-2 Brookings Bobcats and the 8-2 Watertown Arrows, a game 83 years in the making. My name is Sam Mooney, and joining me in the booth, as always, is the handsome and talented Tyson Zemlicka. Semifinals, baby.
It's crazy this night's finally here. What an intro with that view over the stadium.
Yeah.
Looks like it's like we're on ESPN tonight. It's cool. We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm glad this night's finally here. These kids deserve it and get a chance to earn their ticket, punch their ticket to the state championship game next week.
So a lot to cover. Let's get right in it. Let's get right into it. The 8-2 Brookings Bobcats come in after a impressive win against T. Talk to me about Brookings. What do you know about Brookings and their path and how they got here?
Just a crazy year for Brookings. Kind of from what you look at, what we saw them playing last year to this year, this team is probably the most improved team in the state from year to year, if you ask me.
For sure.
Obviously, start out with a few 4 wins in a row. Their defense was excellent in those games, followed up by a tough loss to Roosevelt. The other game they dropped was to the number 1 seeded Yankton Bucks, but this team's been great all year. They're a balanced team. Going to give the Arrows a good fight tonight for sure.
Watertown comes in with a matching 8-2 record. Impressive playoff win last week against Huron, shut them out. Talk about Watertown a little bit, where they're at, how they got here.
Really tough start to the season with Jefferson, just kind of a bad team to draw week 1. But since that night, they have been awesome all year, aside from a small hiccup in that Spearfish game, which you and I have talked about it. That really put that chip back on their shoulder, kind of locked this Arrows team back in for this playoff run here in that end of the season run. They're a better team because of it, Sam.
You see it on the screen, 25-0 against T, 35-24 against Sturgis, 41-14 against Aberdeen Central, 35-0 against Huron. A dominating second half of the season, latter half of the season for the Arrows. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather tonight is absolutely beautiful. It is a perfect night to close out the stadium. It is a perfect night for South Dakota football, and there is just energy, high energy in the air.
It's a perfect night for Watertown to take advantage. We've talked about it as well. The last couple weeks, Watertown, 2 weeks ago, they played their best game of the year. Last week, they upped it and played their best game of the year. If they do that again tonight, it's really going to be a long night for the Brookings Bobcats, but obviously we got to see them show up and start early. They started early the last couple weeks, going back to that T game a couple weeks ago against Aberdeen Central and again last week against Huron. Watertown has came out firing these last 3 games. They've been awesome, and I hope we see that again tonight.
Looking ahead a little bit in the AA South Dakota High School Activities Association playoff bracket, the winner of this game is going to get the winner of Pierre and Yankton, and it'll be at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion next week, Friday, 1 week from tonight at 7 o'clock for all the marbles at that point.
2 excellent teams over there as well. Pierre's had kind of an up and down year, but they've really grown into form here these last couple weeks. They look like a form or a version of the Pierre team of old. Yankton's been great all year.
We say it every time we talk about Pierre. To be the man, you got to beat the man, and right now they're still the 7-time defending state champion, still the man. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple weeks ago we celebrated this iconic Watertown Stadium. We had a celebration of sorts where we had alumni and former players and coaches and cheerleaders and whatnot. Tonight we close it out. This is it. It's like I said, this is a game 83 years in the making. This is a story that you could not script in Hollywood. Every year for 83 years, with the exception of 2, we've played Brookings. And the first time we didn't play them was in 1941. During there was some, from what we can find, there was some World War II stuff going on. So we didn't play Brookings, and
understandable to miss that one.
And then we didn't play them when there was a little carryover with going from AA to AAA. So here we are in this iconic stadium against our biggest rival, the team that we've played the most, the team that we've had the most heated rivals with. And what better way to close out 83 years of this iconic stadium than to play Brookings with a chance to go to the Dakota Dome?
It's going to be a fun atmosphere tonight for the Arrows. There's going to be a lot of people here tonight, and it's just as fun of a night for those Brookings Bobcats. They know exactly what's on the line. They know this is the last game ever in this stadium. They're coming in trying to play spoiler tonight. It's going to be a fun battle.
So let's talk about Brookings. Brookings is led by number 11, Gavin Anderson. Quarterback, Junior, if I remember right?
Yeah, Gavin's a junior.
Yep, so quarterback number 11, Gavin Anderson, he's going to lead the way for Brookings, and you'll see right here, you're going to see him with a sneak last week against T for a touchdown. Gavin is quick, he is fast. Tell me what you know about number 11, Gavin Anderson.
He's a really good football player, Sam. This is a well-balanced team, the Brookings Bobcats. Gavin has done a great job. He started at quarterback a lot this year. We've seen it in pregame warm-ups. Number 15, Jones Huntemer, might be back at the starting quarterback position tonight. But Gavin's done an excellent job all year. Does a lot of good things with his feet, with his arm. Whoever goes to quarterback tonight for Brookings, they're going to be ready to go.
Can't talk about the Brookings Bobcats without talking about all ESD running back number 1, Will Conrad.
He's had a great year as well. He's a downhill runner. He's a thumper. He also does a great job at cornerback. He's kind of all over for the Brookings Bobcats. They're going to look to get him going early and often tonight.
And here you see on a highlight from last week, 65 yards. Nothing fancy and nothing special, just right up the gut. 65 yards to the house, kid can fly.
It's kind of the specialty of the Brookings Bobcats. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy. It's that downhill run game they're going to try to get going tonight with their running back.
The other part about Brookings that you can't, and I kind of want to pause here because I just like to take a second and enjoy this, enjoy the players coming out to start the game for the last time at this stadium. Get the fans' reaction. It's a great shot from our Aero TV crew. Pretty special. As the coaches follow him there. Coach Hordorf coming in, coaching for a chance to go to the state championship. Getting back to Brookings, you cannot talk about the Brookings Bobcats without talking about number 10, Bergen Tetzloff.
He's all over the field. He can do everything for Brookings, whether it's at sneaking it at quarterback, catching it at tight end here, making tackles all over the field. This guy is a flat-out stud, Sam. He is going to give the Arrows some fits tonight. They got to know where he's at all times.
Listen, and when we were talking about number 10, Bergen Tetzloff, you have to know where he's at on the offensive side of the ball, and equally you have to know where he's at on the defensive side of the ball. The guy is a dog.
Just a tackling machine on defense. Again, I went back and watched a little bit of film from last year. He looks like a totally different player. From his sophomore to his junior year, he's really grown into a grown man out on that football field. He plays like it. He's going to be over the field tonight.
Watertown is going to be led by kind of a double-headed monster tonight. We're going to see some Marcus Picken. We may see some of Trayton Hemrick as well. And this going back to this real quick, we're going to see this from Tetzloff tonight. We're going to see him go in motion. And there he is right there. You'll see him go in motion. He'll come in. He'll sneak underneath the center. And then he's going to go right over the top of him or behind that left or right guard. But we're going to see a lot of that from Bergen Tetzloff.
He's a big boy, 6'4", 225 on those 4th and 1s, 3rd and shorts. They're going to get right behind that offensive line, and he's just going to push forward.
Yeah, he's an incredible athlete. Like I said, we're going to have to prepare for him on both sides of the ball. Speaking of both sides of the ball, we're going to see Marcus Picken under center tonight, and we may see some of Trayton Hemrick under center tonight as well.
Well, it'll be curious to see with how his hand is doing and all that. But that two-headed monster for the Arrows is going to be tough for Brookings to defend tonight. They both bring a little bit of a different element to this Arrows offense. I'm excited to see how the OC has them kind of complement each other here throughout the evening.
Can't talk about Arrows football without mentioning running back number 22, Spencer Wenches, all ESD, all everything, senior captain, senior leader.
He's really in any one player, he is the backbone of this Arrows team. He is an absolute thumper on defense. He's a thumper at fullback on offense. There's going to be a fair amount of fullback dives tonight. There's going to be some heads cracked, and Spencer Winch is going to cause a lot of those.
This Watertown Arrows offense, this offensive attack is well-rounded. Can't talk about the offense either without bringing up Mitch Olson. 5+ touchdowns on the year, 3 in one game, 2 in another. Well-rounded guy. We saw him take a 62-yard slant up the middle for a touchdown last week.
Yeah, he had one of his probably best 2 weeks of the year last week. Stepped up big time for the Arrows. He's gotten better every week. He's gotten better year to year. This is one of the Arrows' most improved players on offense and defense. This offense doesn't go without this passing attack as well, and he's a big reason why it's been strong this year.
He is a big reason why. I mean, he could go over the middle, he could go on the sideline, he catches everything at the height of the attack. Listen, we could talk about the Arrows all day long, and we should give them their roses, but you cannot talk about Watertown Arrow football without talking about those hogs up front.
And this is something that you and I talk about, all night, and I hope we talk about them all night. But this Arrows offensive line is big. They're mean, they're physical, and they're athletic. And that's always been kind of the key for me is these guys move so well. They're so dominant downhill. They are a fierce unit, and they want to run the ball every play, Sam. They're just a bunch of dogs out there.
And here we see our all-conference players. Let's see if I can do it in one breath. There's so many of them. Micah Hawk, Jaden Lambert, Caden Decker, Jeremiah Schulte, Mitch Olson, Spencer Wenches, Carter Ingalls. Just a who's who, a murderer's row of ESD football.
3 big offensive linemen. 2 of those offensive linemen start on defense. This team is built in the trenches.
And get used to the names Micah Hawk, Jaden Lambert, Andrew Dahl, Nash Berg, and Carter Ingalls, because those guys, those 5 right there. I mean, look at them. Look at them. Are those high school kids?
They're huge.
Are those high school kids?
You got Luca Lesson as well in that bunch that starts at defensive end for the Arrows.
Man,
it's an embarrassment of riches, really, Sam. Some teams would kill to have one of those guys.
If I had my drawing utensil right here, college athlete, college athlete, college athlete, college athlete.
You got to zoom out just to point at them.
Man alive.
That screen.
We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to turn it over to the legendary Nick Kranz for the greatest song ever composed.
Football playoffs between the visiting Brookings Bobcats and our Watertown Arrows.
83 years in the making. Don't go anywhere.
This contest is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Good sportsmanship and respect for officials and their decisions will be expected of everyone. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. At this time, we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Proper respect for the flag is to remove your cap, stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Active duty personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
To get you all excited about a game, 83 years in the making. I don't know what will.
This is the most excited I've been for a high school football game in over a decade, Sam. I hope I can say that next week as well. This is a special moment for this town, for this team, for this crowd. Let's kick off. Let's get going.
Yeah, I think, talking to coaches and a few players before the game, I mean, everybody's excited, everybody's hyped, everybody knows what's on the line. So we're going to take this time to do a couple of housekeeping notes. We are Arrow TV. We appreciate anybody from Brookings or the surrounding area that is chiming in and watching. We will try to do our best to stay up with chat. I just pulled it up, and it looks like we got a few coming in, but we will we'll try to do our best to keep up with that. But we appreciate everybody from Brookings watching. We appreciate everybody from the Watertown area watching. Arrow TV is brought to you exclusively by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and DFS Insurance.
And now for tonight's starting lineup.
Hey man, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I think Winches might knock somebody's head off before the game even starts.
Okay, let's get caught up on chat here real quick. Channing Burry says go Bobcats. Junior says go Bobcats. Karen Nedved says go Bobcats. So we appreciate the Brookings fans watching and checking us out. Charles Marks, go Arrows. Travel with Poppy. Let's go Arrows coming from Georgia, class of 92. So we'll knock out Georgia off the list. Jeff Reese, let's go Arrows from Eastern Tennessee. TK says not a leaf in sight. Barbie Krantz took care of us today. Barbie Krantz took off all the leaves out of here. She's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely incredible person. Sarah Shepard, go Bobcats. Appreciate you watching, Sarah. Angie Hansen, go Big Purple. Let's go Arrows. Appreciate all that Angie does. Harry Little joining us again as usual. Coaches for 1961 champs. John DeWitt, Gene Schleckway, Jerry McElroy, and Ernie Edwards. Harry Little, Michigan, played 2 years for Clark Swisher at Northern. Your alma mater. KB says go Cats. Deborah Thomas says go Cats. Jordan Blaze says, man, I miss seeing that stadium. The stadium misses you, Jordan. Tristan Booth says hello from Brookings. Have a great game, Bobcats. Thanks, Trish. Jordan Wiedner, let's go Arrows. Dan Sternhagen, let's go Arrows. And then Bentley Durden comes in and says, let's go T. T's not in it anymore. But I hope T has a good basketball season. Yeah, there you go. All right, so that's our housekeeping. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, and I hate to be redundant, this game is 83 years in the making. This is going to close out this stadium. And the winner gets a trip to Vermillion. Can't wait. The Dakota Dome. So like I said, that game will be played 1 week from tonight at 7 p.m.
For all of you that are just joining us, I hope a couple times tonight we get that aerial view above the stadium. That was awesome to start with tonight, Sam.
Okay, so we haven't done coin flip or anything yet. You're the Arrows. You want the ball and you want to go score?
I do.
Yeah.
You got to set the tone. You got to set the tone early and often tonight. But last week we talked about it. If they win the toss, they're going to go out and take the ball and go score. Same thing tonight. I've always been a defer kind of guy, get the ball in the second half. But tonight with something like this on the line, you got to send a message early that it's going to be your night early and often.
Hey, so we had a lot of people from Brookings in the chat, right? Talking about, just saying let's go Brookings and whatnot. I got to tell you, those from Brookings right now, congratulations, because your team and your city and your community showed up.
Yeah, we talked about that too. There's boys basketball for SDSU and girls basketball. We didn't know what kind of crowd we get tonight. Easily the best away crowd we've seen all year.
By far the best away crowd we've seen all year. The Brookings community has definitely shown up.
So I think and Watertown stands are pretty full too, so it might be some overflow over there, but I can see a lot of red and black. That's a lot of Bobcat fans here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it's much overflow, if I'm being honest, because that's there's a lot of room on the far side there, on the baseball field side for people. But Watertown definitely showed up too. I mean, a great crowd tonight from what we can see, but I mean, congratulations to the Brookings Bobcats and the Brookings community. They showed up for sure.
Yeah, big shout out to both these two teams, making it a long ways this year. Nobody's going to be happy losing this game tonight, so I'm not trying to hand out anything like that early, but it's just going to be a great battle.
I do want to give Brookings a little bit more love before we get into this game, and because I want to make sure. The very first Aero TV broadcast that we ever did was in this stadium with these two teams.
Yeah.
And the very first call that we ever made was a 79-yard kickoff to the house by Aero alumni Juven Hudson. And I remember during that game, we just talked about how young Brookings was, but we said in a couple of years, as talented as they are, that they're going to be competing for a state title. Never, ever in a million years did I think that was going to be the next year.
And I think Brookings is going to be good next year as well. But yes. You're right. You are 100% right. This caught us both by surprise. I did not expect Watertown to be playing the 8-2 Brookings Bobcats to go to the semifinal game that following year. From what we saw last year, this team is, like I said earlier, by far the most improved team in the state.
Yes.
They deserve to be here, and they're going to come out and try to show it here in this first quarter.
Hey, they are well coached by Brady Clark, is the head coach of the Bobcats. I spent some time talking to Brady before the game, and I asked him, I said, hey, is there a guy on your team that we could highlight, that we could talk about? And let me tell you what, Tyson, he did not hesitate for a second. He brought up Gabriel Stern, quarterback linebacker.
Brookings
number
has
46.
Watertown will receive the opening kickoff.
That's good for the
Good luck, gentlemen.
But hey, I want to talk about Stern real fast. He broke his hip his freshman year. And when you come back from a broken hip, that's hard. I mean, the mental aspect of it is probably harder than the physical aspect of it. So he comes back after his freshman year, after a broken hip. First time playing sophomore year, boom, broken hip again.
Jeez.
And he comes back, he plays his junior and then now his senior year. So, I mean, what a resilient kid. And I think that might be a testament of this Brookings Bobcats team and it being as resilient as they are. I don't think they won a game last year, if I remember right, or maybe one.
Yeah, it was a tough season from last year. What a tough kid, though, you're just talking about. He's a team captain for a reason. He embodies the toughness that this team plays with. He's a good football player, but to come back from 2 brutal injuries like that is shout out to him, and look forward to him playing a good game tonight as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good. This Bobcat team coming off of a 0-8 or 1-7, whatever it was, and then now 8-2, and so many storylines with Brookings as well. What, I mean, is there a better role to play than spoiler?
Yeah, they don't care at all.
They
don't care.
They don't care that this game is 83 years in the making. They know, but what better place for Brookings to be in to come in and close this place down?
If you're them, you couldn't draw up any better either. You
Absolutely.
Spoiler to your arch rival in their stadium.
Yes.
When Watertown maybe should win this game, they maybe don't think that, but it could not be a better night to play the villain if you're the Brookings Bobcats.
I'm telling you what, man, 83 years. This game is 83 years in the making. You could not script it. We're seconds from underway. I'm hyped. I'm excited. Brookings is excited. Watertown's excited. And we are seconds from getting underway. Kicking off for the Bobcats is going to be number 11, I believe. And we are officially underway. Ball's going to be booted around a little bit. Fortunate for the Arrows, it's going to be a touchback, and the Arrows are going to take over.
Number 12, Drew Johnson, is the kicker for Brookings. So we don't get yelled at in the chat to start the game.
Trisha Motson says, nice of you to share so many comments about Brookings, gentlemen. Props to you and the coverage. We appreciate that. I will say, I mean, we are Arrow TV. We're going to give our love to Arrows, but we're definitely going to give our loves to Brookings.
We've been known to be a little biased.
We have been known to be a little biased.
We're working on it.
We're going to try our best not to, but we're going to try to call the fairest game that we can. So taking over for the Arrows here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Not a second off the clock. We're going to see Marcus Pitkin as your quarterback, not Trey Hemrick. And the Arrows are going to start off just like they did last week with the quarterback designed to go right up the middle, kind of flex on it a little bit, get the offensive lineman involved, hands on hands.
I think the last 2 weeks, didn't we start with touchdowns on the first play? So this is almost a bad one for the Arrows, it looks like.
Pitkin last week, remember he had that little 6-yard gain, that quarterback
So you're saying it's coming this play is what you're trying to tell me. So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Arrows.
Pitkin's at receiver now, it looks like.
Yeah, and now you got Hemrick under center with a traditional I formation. That's going to be Wenches in the front and Fossum behind him.
Pull around.
It's going to go to Fossum. He's got a little bit of life. Oh, he cuts up inside. Great block. Way to hold your block there. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Arrows. You know, we didn't see a lot of Fossum last week.
When you see Jaden Lambert come around here, if you're a defender, a linebacker thinking, what do I got to do here? Look at this.
Jaden Lambert.
Two-way going, you're following the biggest guy on the planet right now. That's a great looking hole if you're the running back for the Arrows.
Yeah, and good job by Fossum to stay patient.
Right behind him. Yeah.
But Jaden Lambert, I mean that kid's going to be playing next week or next year on Saturdays, and as many of the offensive linemen.
You put your hand on his back, you let him know you're there, and you just tell him to keep driving.
Hemrick's going to hand off to Wenches, and Wenches is going to get gobbled up right away. I think he ran right into his guy.
The handoff is to Spencer Wenches. No gain on the play.
Back 10, to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Josiah Thomas, who you and I talked about in the pregame.
Oh, he's good. We didn't talk about him enough on air, though.
He's a stud at nose tackle for Brookings.
You know, one thing that we both talked about when we watched him on tape, you don't, like, you see him in person out for the first time, he looks a lot bigger on tape, but he plays bigger than what his size is.
Yeah, I didn't think he was 5'9". He doesn't look like that on film. He looks like he's 6'3". He's a load up there in the middle.
Hemrick's going to hand off here to Fossum. Fossum's going to run patiently and get gobbled up there right at the line of scrimmage again, maybe for a yard. Brookings' defense, and this is one thing that we didn't talk about, Brookings' defense is formidable. They are tough.
Yeah, they run a 3-4 defense, which I thought was going to bode really well for the Arrows. And as I watched film, you don't see any give by that front 7, especially those front 3 guys. They do a fantastic job of setting the tone up front early, and those linebackers feel hard and fast. Tetzloff,
Egan Jensen is a name that we need to talk about too. 6'1", 205 pounds, solid. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 here. Hemrick's going to be back there in the shotgun. Drops back, steps up into the pocket, throws a deep ball. He's got Briggs there, and it just hits his hands.
He made a nice play going up on that ball. He just got to bring it in, but he was in a good spot there.
I think Briggs maybe pulled up a little bit there. I mean, that was a good ball. Hemrick, I feel like Hemrick put the long ball on him, did a good job, step up in the pocket, delivers it.
Number 8, Talon Jurgen.
It was a tough angle to see that, but yeah, Briggs had both hands on it.
Yeah, I think
want that one back.
Yeah, I think Briggs is going to want that one back. I think he pulled up a little bit. We're going to get, I'm guessing, a false start on the arrows.
We got offsides here.
We had an offsides?
That's what he said.
Neutral zone infraction.
Okay, that's going to be Brookings.
Number 4, lined up in neutral zone.
Okay, so that's 5 yards, 4th and 4.
That doesn't change your mind, does it?
Doesn't appear to change the mind of Coach Holder.
See if they do it one more time. Give you a fresh set of downs, and then you send the offense back.
Back here punting is Talon Jurgens. This is not Spencer Wenches. Jurgens is going to get it off. Should take it at arrows bounce. Almost hit that Bobcat there, but did not.
So after a hot start for the Arrows on offense there, those first couple plays, Brookings defense settles in.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't talk about in the pregame enough. Brookings defense is very, very good.
Yeah, the more I watched film this week, I kind of thought the offense is really kind of the identity or the backbone of this team. And the more I watched, the more I really like their defense, even though, like I said, I thought that 3-4 wasn't going to bode so well for them, especially against Watertown. The way they run it's fluid, it's nice, it's about perfect. We got a timeout here already. Or he's got to come off the field. He must not have a mouthpiece in or something.
I don't know. They're making number 2, Alex Wainman.
His shoes are tied, so he's. I wonder. It must be something
blood?
equipment related.
Blood, maybe.
Could be blood.
1st and 10 for the Bobcats on the 13.
It is on his knee, I think. He's got a little blood on that right kneecap, unless it's just mud.
And you know what? We're going to see this from Will Anderson quite a bit tonight. He's the quarterback likes to run more than he likes to throw, right?
Yeah, it's a balanced attack, but when he drops back to pass,
Gavin Anderson, excuse me.
He's always got in the back of his mind he may take off. There he just had looks like I looked a little late, but I think it was option right, and then he just kept it.
Yeah, I mean he's quick, he's shifty, he's elusive.
A nice tackle by Caden Decker there. The Bobcats were able to pick up 6 yards on that one.
Yeah, and if you're the Bobcats, I mean, you're definitely happy with that. Watertown's defensive line is strong. Linebackers are strong. Marcus Fossum's healthy. Going to hand off here, go right up the middle. That's going to be the all-conference Will Conrad for no gain.
Maybe a gain of a half a yard or a yard.
Can bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 4.
So here's the biggest thing that the Arrows defense has to be aware of. This is a relatively clear passing down if you're Brookings. But if you just sell out against that pass and you drop everybody back, this quarterback will take off. He's going to look for it early and often all night. So you're always kind of on your toes when you got a quarterback that just loves to drop back and then take off and run.
3rd and 4 here with just about 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Brookings is trying to sustain a drive here, pick up their first down of the game. Heavy backfield here for the Bobcats.
They're going to toss.
Going to pitch here. I think that's Conrad. He's going to get to the outside. We got a flag down, and I think that's going to come back, Tyson. Yeah, I think we're going to have a holding here on Brookings.
I think they tried to seal. I thought it was Caden Decker, and I think he might have wrapped him around. We'll see if we can see it here on the replay. Watch number 9, Caden Decker.
Yeah, there's your hold. That hold's going to be on 53. That's Ty Jaeger.
That's the worst part when you're offensive lineman is you can't see him. If he just lets him go there, Caden Decker's not going to make that play.
White, number 53. 3rd down.
They did a really good job of setting the edge there. It's just you just got to know, just let him go. You're better off to let him go.
And it's hard. It's hard.
It's always hard when you can't see.
It's definitely hard for sure.
So now, 3rd and 14 again, passing down. Keep your eyes on that quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback's definitely not afraid to corral it and run even on 3rd and long. He's going to drop back, looking to pass, and there he goes. He's going to scramble out here to his right. Yeah, nobody's open. Oh, Ketwick did a great job there of chasing him down, and Decker did a good job of holding water, sitting right in front of the receiver, knocks it down.
Yeah, the coach is going to tell Ketwick, stay on your feet there. Just keep running through that. Don't stop and jump and leave your feet, because he's going to see that too. He's going to pump fake you later in the game and take off by you. Just go run and shoot his legs out and bring him down. But a good defensive response here for the Arrows.
Yeah, absolutely. Good start for both teams.
What we're going to see, Sam, is it's going to be really one of our first, 10-7 type of ball games. We haven't had one of these all year.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had a close one. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to, not having a close one. We're going to see Darren Sproles take this one. God, she's got a mouth guard flying over there.
Four guys right on.
I tell you what, Randall is not going to fair catch.
He does not care.
No, that is not going to fair catch. There is no such thing as waving the hand for that young man.
And now we go back to, that offsides penalty there. Here, let's check out this game first.
Get a live look in here on Pierre and Yankton. We're going to see Pierre on a long touchdown pass wide open. And Pierre's going to open up the scoring and take a 7-0 lead over the number 1 ranked Yankton Bucks. Hey, we talked about it. 7-time state champ.
Man.
To beat the man, you got to beat the man.
Also, we talked about the Arrows going for it. Ended up with better starting field position here than if they'd have went
really did.
4th and 4.
Hands off to Fossum. Fossum's trying to find something, but that formidable that formidable Brookings defensive line stops him again for a small gain.
The Arrows love pulling that guard. If they're going to have this 3-man set, when you can get Micah Hawk and Jalen Lambert out and around leading the way, that's where they had their success on the last down. I expect to see a lot of that tonight. We'll see if the offensive line, the other 3 guys, can hold up on those other 3. I expect them to, but I think we're going to see a lot of power tonight.
I do too. I think we're going to see a lot of power, and I think we're going to see a lot of Bergen Tetzlaff tonight.
We got Pitkin. No, we got Hemrick in the backfield. I got to keep an eye on both of them here.
Yep, Hemrick is the quarterback here. Looking for the... goes over to Hunter Peterson. That is not a very well-designed or well-executed play here. I don't know. I mean, it was a tight end screen.
Backside tight end screen.
Yeah.
Brookings wasn't fooled.
Brookings wasn't fooled at all. And they tried to use Wenches as kind of a decoy. And
they had me. I thought they were going to Wenches with it.
I mean, you would think they would want to go to Wenches, but 3rd and 16 now.
We talked about it.
Can't squander the good field position, Tyson.
Yeah, number 1, Will Conrad, the all-conference cornerback and running back. He smelled that one out. It was a good play by him.
Hey, one thing that we can't say for certain, just a couple drives into this game, is that this Brookings defense is very disciplined.
Watch Briggs here on a seam route or a corner route. He's going to run a corner.
Hemrick's going to step up. He's got some room. He's got to look behind him. He's going to take off with it and slide just on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Barreling down on him was number 86. And that's Egan Jensen.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 10 here. Tough spot to punt, but on 4th and 10, when you're not picking up a lot of yards to the air, it's probably the right call.
So if you're the Arrow offense, Coach Castle, Coach Huth, you got to figure it out a little bit. Two possessions and 1 first down.
Yeah, I think you got to find a way to get a little bit more. A little more sideways here. That interior, that Brookings defensive line, they are tough.
What a great Watertown bounce here. That's going to go just about to the 5-yard line.
Heck of a punt.
Brookings is going to be about the 5-yard line, 95 yards to go to pay dirt, and that's tough to do against the Watertown defense.
Like we talked about, though, we haven't seen this year we have not seen one of those 7-10, 7-6, knock them out, drag them out defensive games for the Arrows. Their offense has been so good. I would love to see this.
Yeah, 10-7. I mean, speaking of 10-7, you can't get to 10 without a field goal, right?
Yep.
Brookings field goal kicker, Watertown's field goal kicker, they are good.
They're good.
They are good.
It's a couple field goals, it seems like every week.
Yeah, they are. Both of those guys are very, very capable. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats on the 6. Brookings going to be in a shotgun formation. You're going to see a lot of movement.
False start.
False start there.
Left tackle, the tight end. It might have been Tetzlaff.
And that's at the 6, so that's going to back him up to the 1.
Half the distance, right, Sam?
Half the distance outside of 5?
Yeah, inside
the 10, always half the distance.
Dead ball. False start. White, number 71. First down.
We'll see where they set that. I think it's on should be on the 3.
Yep, it is on the 3. You're right. Yep. inside the 5, or inside the 10. Half
Really,
distance.
Brookings had started their last drive off very nice. It was that holding penalty. Again, Brookings doesn't want to start behind the sticks. Nobody does. But just a kind of a couple tough penalties here to start if you're Brookings.
Brookings is going to start here in a shotgun on 1st and 13 from their 3. Again, you'll see motion. That one's going to be handed off here to the left. Few yards there picked up. I can't tell. Is that Conrad?
Number
Mason Mathis.
Yep.
That's number 26, Mason Mathis. Getting caught up on chat here a little bit. Deborah Thomas says Josiah Thomas, proud sister here. That's nice.
Yeah.
Sister giving a brother a little bit of love. I like that. Bailey says go Arrows. Travel with Poppy says let's go Big Purple. Angie Hunky watching. Need a loan? Go see her at Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Consumer Loan. She'll take care of you. And then Scott Mogg says go Arrows. 2nd and 9 here. 4.5 left in the first. No score yet in this one as it remains 0-0. Go to play action here. And that's going to be, is that Tetzlaff, Tyson?
Yep.
Yeah, a good job there by Cole Hansen taking him down. Tetzlaff is a big
Yeah, you see a
kid.
little bit of a size difference there when the tackle's made. Great wrap-up tackle, but a better throw and catch there.
Cole Hansen's tough. But he's gonna, if he's gonna be on Tetzlaff all night, it could be a long night.
A little bit of a size difference there, but yeah, he'll be up to the challenge.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think we're going to see a lot of long passing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ball 15, 20, 25 yards in the air from Brookings. Might
Schultz
see
is on him now. They're going to run it this way. Spencer Wenches.
Yeah, Wenches gets 2 arms around him. But hey, if you're Brookings, you were definitely happy because you're showing the ability to move the ball.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing so far with Brookings is without those penalties, they're right in this game. Even that encroachment penalty they had. The snap on that punt for Watertown was low. Probably wouldn't have got a very good punt off. So really, that's the only thing that's hurt them so far tonight is some of those silly penalties.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. They seem to be being able to throw the ball in that short route in that short game, and they're running the ball, and they're going left, right, and middle. This time they're going to go. Oh, be gobbled up right away by Jaden Lambert. All conference number 65, Jaden Lambert.
He was in the backfield before the running back, or the running back.
Yeah.
What a nice play. Here we're going to see it again on the replay.
Replay here brought to you by DFS Insurance. Just sneaks through a couple of guys and
follows that pulling guard right through, and it takes him right to the ball.
Absolutely nothing that Mason Mathis could do there. As soon as Lambert was in the backfield, he almost took the ball out of the quarterback's hands. Going to bring up a 3rd and 7, and the Arrow faithful gets on their feet and trying to make it a little more difficult for this Brookings Bobcats to pick up the 3rd and long.
Caden Decker's going to come off the edge here and see if he rolls out that way. He is. Okay.
Right on him, Caden Decker. I don't know if it's going to go down as a sack or if it'll go down as a loss of yards. We'll give him a sack for it.
I didn't see if those receivers were going on a route. They had to have been.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been
Just a great job again by the all-conference. Number 9, Caden Decker.
Great call by your defensive coordinator, knowing this quarterback likes to move his feet. They're going to get him out on the run. And you blitz right into it, and it works out perfectly.
Hey, listen, was that a great call by the defensive coordinator, or was it a great call by Tyson Zeppelin?
No, that was by them.
I tell you what, man, you sniffed it out.
You got to execute it, and that's what Caden Decker did.
Bring up a 4th and 15, and Brookings is going to punt. Ooh, Watertown's close.
Gonna have more
short punt. Get out of the way. Takes an Arrows bounce, and the Arrows are going to have phenomenal field position here to close out the first quarter. Got a Huron sweatshirt here, Tyson. What's going on there?
Hey, it's just people appreciating good football.
I like it.
Gonna come watch?
Speaking of Huron, I think the Gainer boys are watching tonight in Huron. I think Ryan's got his family sitting around the TV watching Arrow TV tonight. So we'll
take all the good viewers we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. All the way back from Kansas City there at the Chiefs game last week.
Who's he cheering for tonight?
Gainer?
He probably won't say it.
No, he won't. But Ryan, if you're watching, you better send us a text and tell us who you're cheering for.
Keeps the cards close to the vest.
Yeah, got a Dakota Land in Brookings and in Watertown, so he better be careful. He's probably neutral. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Arrows. Arrows with Pitkin as quarterback brings Wenches in motion. Pitkin's going to roll that way, go up the middle, put a foot in. God, he's just quick, Tyson. He's quick.
It's again, you're not just running it right between the tackles. You haven't had a ton of success there so far in this first quarter. spread it out like that and getting to add that extra running back, that extra blocker, so Pitt can take off with the ball might work for the Arrows here tonight.
So talk about this rotation that Watertown has. Now we see Himrick going in. I'm assuming Himrick's going to be the quarterback this drive. We've seen Pickin under center. We've seen Himrick under center.
If you're the defense, you got to stay on your toes. That's what it's more about. If you're the defense here, just always reading your keys, knowing what each guy brings.
Just going to hand it out to Fossum, and Fossum puts his head down, and he's met by a slew of Bobcats for no gain.
If you're the Arrows offensive line, it's more so just you get used to your regular quarterback's cadence.
Yep.
You can't be leaning forward, you can't be jumping, because it looks like almost every other play they're kind of doing something different. So just always being on your toes and paying attention if you're that offense for the Arrows as well.
Coming off the field for the Arrows is Wenches and Hunter Peterson. A lot of talent coming off the field there. We'll see what the coaches have dialed up on a 3rd and 5.
We don't see Wenches coming off on 3rd and short.
Yeah, no, we really don't. I wonder
maybe
if
a pass play here?
It could be a pass play here. You got Briggs in motion.
Briggs in the flat.
Yep, he had him. Rolls over and he's got his favorite receiver, Mitch Olson. Long conversion on 1st down for the Arrows.
Great play action by Himrick there. He had me fooled.
Hey, I tell you what, there's a lot of things that Himrick does well, but his play action and his ability to throw on the run, he's really improved that, and you'll see that here.
He's got like a nice quiet demeanor to that. It's like he really is hiding that ball for a second. Then he pops out of there out of nowhere.
Yes.
He's got 2 receivers running clean, and he hits the one downfield, Mitch Olson.
Yes. GG Force says, go Bobcats. Aaron Schoenfeld says, Sam and Tyson are all conference.
We'll take that.
We'll take it. Bethany Severson, go Arrows. Talented teller at Dakota Land. Darren Huff, go Big Red. Appreciate you watching. And then Corey DeGrew, announcers have been fantastic. Can we turn down the gain or something? When they get excited, the voices are all jumbled and you can't understand what they're saying. Again, announcers are amazing. Corey, we appreciate you, and I'm so sorry because it's probably user error. I get a little crazy. I get a little excited, and then
I don't know if we can be fixed. That's the
problem. They're first of the first half.
Timeout with 19 seconds left.
In that first quarter,
yeah.
The points are going to be at a premium tonight, Sam. Whatever it takes, you gotta get in the end zone here, get the right play set up. Watertown has not done well when they're not getting a couple yards early.
So a good timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can't take them home with you, right?
Yeah. They can't be operating on 1st and 15 either.
Andrew Foster says go Arrows. Hugh says watching the Arrows from Venice, Florida. Go Arrows, appreciate that. And Gainer sent us a text, Ryan sent us a text, and this is what he said. He said, we're cheering for a good game with an exciting finish. Spoken like a true CEO.
Good answer. Good neutral answer.
Yeah, good neutral answer for sure. So, okay, 19 seconds left. You call a timeout. It's a good timeout, right? Like we talked about. You can't bring them home with you. And if you're the Arrows, you want to stay in front of the sticks.
If you're moving the ball at will, this is a 30 to 40 game. That's one thing, but they need to make all these downs count.
So it's going to go right up to, okay, so one thing that the Arrows have done really well all season is they've done that power run right up the middle, but Brookings is doing a really nice job of stopping it.
And that's the first dive play we've seen. You'd think it'd be more effective with just those 3 down linemen, but those linebackers have always filled so hard for Brookings.
So now what we're going to see, at the end of the first quarter, it's 0-0. Now we're going to switch sides, Tyson. And then now when you switch sides, when you're this side of the field, everybody knows what it means.
Baseball field's coming.
You get to the baseball field, and if you're Brookings, you don't see this all the time. You don't experience it all the time. And so what happens when they get on their back feet? Does that dirt become a problem when you've got big offensive linemen pushing you on that dirt?
Sometimes you slide a little bit. Go ahead.
I'll have you answer that. We're gonna take a break. This break is gonna be brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Tyson, at the end of the first quarter, we got a 0-0 game, a lot of back and forth. Is this where we expect a lot of this tonight, 0-0?
It's kind of what I wanted. Like I said, I think I've always been a big fan of both defenses for these teams. I know what the Arrows offense can do. I know what that offensive line can do. But this is the kind of game I wanted to see. We haven't seen it all year. Now you come down into this sand pit, and your feet might slide a little bit more, but it's more of a mental thing, and Wouldn't it be fitting, of course, first touchdown scored tonight in the last ever game here is in the baseball field? Wouldn't that be pretty fitting?
Well, let's see what happens. We'll see how it shakes out. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 for Purple. This time we're going to have Pitkin with Fossum to his left. 2 wide, and they're going to go Fossum power on the left side. And who is that? That's that defensive tackle that we talked about. Number 5, Josiah Thomas. That is a sensational individual play by him. He got a handful of Pitkin and just used his strength and pulled him back.
Yeah, Andrew Dahl's got a big task tonight with him one-on-one. Yeah, the young sophomore, Andrew Dahl, probably has the hardest job of any Arrow tonight.
Yes.
He is going up against just a monster of a man, and it's not even in height, but in just pure stature. He is solid, and he makes a lot of just fantastic plays around the line of scrimmage.
Hemrick's going to roll to his left. He's got a guy open in the end zone. That's a touchdown, Arrows. That's a touchdown all conference. Mitch Olsen touchdown. Arrows strike first.
Again, play action, wouldn't you know it, for the Arrows. Mitch Olsen sneaks into the back right, or the back corner of the end zone, puts first points on the board tonight for the Arrows.
We'll see.
Wasn't play action, just roll off.
Yeah, Hemrick does a great job of rolling to his left, floats it over 2 Bobcats defenders, including Tetzloff, who I think might be the tallest person on the planet.
Yeah.
That is a big dude. Great play by Hemrick. Great design by the Arrows offensive coordinators. Everybody hold your breath if you're an Arrow fan.
Our toughest assignment is the free point here, the extra point.
Hey, he banged one through for a 7-0 lead. Hey, if you're the camera guy, maybe you hang on to Riley Fisher a little bit. I hear that man can dance.
Let's see what we get out of him here.
Arrows strike first. 7-0 here, Arrows. We're going to take a look here at the drive summary. Brought to you by DFS Insurance here. Great play action there. Throw on the run. That was on the big 3rd down. That one goes back to Mitch Olsen. Picks up the first down. You see that dive there from Wenches. Does a good job of falling forward, always gaining yards. And then the touchdown here, rolling out to his left, little floater, back of the end zone, touchdown Purple.
You asked me a little bit ago about how the quarterbacks were going to be kind of blended together. And so far, the OC for Watertown has done a great job mixing them both in with their strengths. A little bit more running the ball for Pitkin, a little bit more throwing the ball for Hemrick. It's been a great blend, keeping the Brookings Bobcats on their toes so far.
Appreciate Corey DeGroot. He says, no need for you boys to change anything. Energy has been electric. I'm told that I had my mic too close to my mouth, so hopefully we'll fix that. Legendary Garrett Priest and Coach Priest watching from Florida. Go get him, boys. Appreciate you, Coach. Darren Van Meter, so far a very fitting game for the last one in the stadium. Let's go Arrows. Woo! Trying to get caught up here. Cynthia Howie, Harrington, Nebraska. We visited with her last week. Watching Watertown Arrows, power on team. Let's go. Kickoff here. Some might go into the back of the end zone here, not returned. Let's see what else we got here. GG Forrest says, Bobcats, Bobcats, Bobcats. Appreciate you watching. Bailey's watching the Arrows. GG4. Still rooting for them. Tom Bocard says, go Bobcats. A lot of Bobcats fans in here tonight. Tim Popowski watching from Alaska.
I don't know if we've had that one before, have we?
Yeah, and then Andrew Foster says, good job, boys. Let's get to the Dome. 2001, I was a senior, and we won. Let's do it again. Appreciate that. And then a bunch of Arrows, Arrows, Arrows.
It showed Hemrick had 3 completions on that drive for 29 yards and the touchdown, of course.
Hemrick super efficient tonight. He generally is efficient. Let's see how Brookings responds here. Going to drop back and look to throw. There's that deep ball. Oh. He's got him. Is he just short? Did he catch it? No.
He caught it, but he landed out of bounds.
So he wasn't in bounds? Did he catch it clean?
Yeah, he fell backwards. I think he kind of caught Briggs sleeping here.
I think if he leads it out there a little bit, he walks in. It's a great throw. It's just thrown underneath, or a little short, and then a little too much on the. Yeah, he's well out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out.
Yeah, he's well out of bounds. If he can get that in front of him, Tyson. But hey, the other thing that he just showed is that he can throw it a little bit.
Like I said, he caught Briggs sleeping there. Briggs was step for step with him after 20 yards. He just kind of throttled down. He just didn't think the ball was coming. It's a good message for him. You got to stay at the whole time here tonight.
Yeah, got to give your wide receiver an opportunity to catch the ball, but he can sling it. I mean, you got to be careful of that now. He's showing that he can go deep. 2nd and 10 here. Right up the middle. Is that 26 again, Tyson?
Number 22, Jay Harris.
22, Jay Harris.
A 6 foot, 205-pound running back. They got a few bruisers in the backfield there for the Brookings Bobcats.
Julie Scott says you guys do a great job, and I appreciate the announcers and Arrow TV. Remember last year when she was OG Meatball?
Yeah.
Appreciate Julie watching. How far we've come for sure. How far Julie's come. She's no longer OG Meatball.
3rd and 7 here.
Big third down here for the Bobcats. If you're the Bobcats, I think this is one of those things you gotta pick it up. It's early in the game, but you gotta be able to pick it up for the Bobcats. I think we're gonna have a hold here. I think it's coming back.
Going to decline it, going to get that punt team out there.
And if you're Matty Kranz, you got to put 2 hands on that and catch that. Coach Kranz, you're better than that.
If the Arrows do win tonight, he's going to get a hard time from us later.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a better athlete than that.
Great job by the Arrows defense here, keeping that quarterback contained, not so much in the pocket, but just to not let him take
holding. White, number 53.
Right at the
penalties decline.
I didn't see the who had it, but he was grabbing Wenches.
And Spencer Wenches was just not getting blocked there. You saw at the end of that last picture, the receiver thought his quarterback was going to take off for him.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 7 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Arrows holding on to a 7-0 lead. Brookings is going to be punting here. Punt is away right down the middle. And Randall's not happy he doesn't get to return that one.
But again, more good starting field position for the Arrows.
Jackson X says, let's go Bobcats. Jackson, we appreciate you watching. And Max says, go Arrows. The Max are watching from Mexico.
Man.
International, Tyson.
That's awesome. Hey, Sam, we got the game up on here, too.
Live look in here, you see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen as they're Yankton and Pierre about to start the second quarter, and Pierre holding on to a 7-0 lead.
It's just not a team you want to play, is it, Sam? Pierre just brings this certain element of experience that nobody in the state can match in any class.
I'm not sure Pierre's lost 4 games in the last 7 years. They lost 4 games this year, and they're 3 quarters away from going to the Dome.
Again.
Fossum's going to take this one, and boy, that front of Brookings is tough.
Yeah, it's just been a tough night so far, tackle to tackle for the Arrows. That run game's got to stay creative. You got to stay a little bit more to the edges, almost would appear. The Arrows will adjust. They'll make up for it. Otherwise, you just got to get it going.
Yeah, and Brookings is doing a good job of selling out against that run and stopping that run. But we talked about it before. What does Himrick do very, very well?
Play action.
Play action.
We'll see if we get it here.
Going to have Himrick in shotgun here with Fossum to his right. Trips left.
We got
Wenches up there as well. It's going to bring Pitkin in motion.
Wenches going out on a route. He's wide open.
Oh, he got him!
The guy with terrible hands. Self-proclaimed terrible hands. Well, I saw it go in his direction. I hold my breath now.
As soon as you said the guy with terrible hands, I just started laughing.
Self-proclaimed terrible hands.
Yes, we interviewed him a couple weeks ago after he dropped a wide-open touchdown, and he said, well, everybody knows I got terrible hands.
He was basically wide open on this one, too. That's why I was worried.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down for the Arrows. And again, like we're seeing Himrick, and again, we talk about the maturation of Himrick, doing a really good job of reading defenses and taking what's given to him, not trying to do too much. First down, move the sticks.
That was good progression by him, finding the open man. Winches hasn't caught as many balls out of the backfield this year, and I think he kind of caught Brookings by surprise.
Traditional eye here. This is going to go to Fossum out of the back. Fossum he is not afraid of contact. I do get a little worried though because like he lowers his head versus lowering his shoulder. And talk about the difference.
You know what? Some people say it's the hardest part of your body, laying that head down and going forward. He just doesn't care. He's not afraid of contact. He'll go at you with anything he's got. He's just a tough downhill runner. I love watching him run the football.
Yeah, he's great, and it's nice to see that he's back and that he's healthy. He picks up 2 yards on that one, bringing up a 2nd and 8. Pitkin in now at quarterback, and traditionally what we've seen here with Pitkin at quarterback is
see how wide the receivers are, Sam? Yep. They're not in the passing route. They're just getting out of the way so he can take off at the middle here.
It's either and he's going to drop back. There's the quarterback draw. Arrows may have got away with a hold there. It looked like number 50 for the Bobcats had a pretty good read on that, and that was Andrew Hahn.
Remember, Sam, when receivers don't want to block, they just widen out in the route.
Yeah.
They got less to do when they're the farther out there.
Picken just brings that element to it. He can run hard. He's not afraid of contact, and he's
Pretty
fast.
fast,
He's
yeah.
fast. Can bring up a 3rd and short
We got
for the Arrows.
Micah Hawk in the back.
Big old formation back there with all conference. Big old Micah Hawk with Wenches in as the quarterback, wide open, runs over a man for an easy first down. Give him a scepter for that one. That is an angry run.
I'm going to watch this one again here.
Boom! Just runs right over him and picks up the first down. Great tackle, though. Touchdown saving tackle from Charlie Bisgard.
Man, oh life. Sometimes I think you could run that formation every play. I just don't know how you're going to stop it.
Yeah, that's a great play.
Wenches would need an IV at halftime, but I think you could probably get away with it.
He could do it. He could do it. They're going to keep big old Micah Hawk back there.
We're going to see a wrinkle this time on it?
Yeah, let's see if they do a wrinkle on it, if they're just going to stay. Oh, no! Fumble, get on it. Get on it. He gets on it. Good break for the Bobcats there. It's going to push the Arrows back to about the 25. Maybe be about a 9 yards there, Tyson?
Now it's just about picking up enough yards to really make sure you're in field goal range. Points are the premium tonight, as we've talked about. See if you can pick up 10, 15 yards over the course of the next 2 plays.
Egger says Dave Roby from Watertown and Chad Stark from Brookings were as good as it gets at running backs. A couple of legends there. Serena and Taylor Berger watching tonight. Big Arrow TV fans, appreciate that. 2nd and 20, they're going to call it with Himrick. Himrick's going to drop back to pass. He's hanging on to it a little long. He's moving around trying to find some room, and he does lose.
Maybe a yard
to get back to the line.
Maybe a yard.
To the 25-yard line. Number 7, Blake Canninger.
Gosh, you're really in a tough spot here. I don't know what the distance for our field goal kicker would be, Sam.
Got a fan from Fort Myers, Florida watching, Chad Strickards. Appreciate him watching. He's watching in Florida. Maria Armanetta, go Bobcats from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Michigan, huh?
Kalamazoo, Michigan. All right, 3rd and 20 here for the Arrows. 5.5 minutes left. I don't think you need all of it right here,
Just
Tyson.
pick
Right?
up 10, 15 if you can. Watch Briggs over the middle.
Hemrick's going to drop back. He's going to look up, run, take off. Oh, he's got a guy in the court. Yeah, he's got to give him a chance. That's what we talked about. He's got to give him a chance.
What do you do here, Sam? You're on the 25-yard line.
Let's see what Riley Fisher's got. I mean, they're either got to go for it on 4th and 20, or they got to give Riley Fisher an opportunity to kick it.
I mean, even if you go for it and get 10 yards, that's almost as good as a punt to a certain extent.
Yeah, you can't punt it. I mean, Riley's got a big leg. I kind of want to see him kick it. Is there a flag? Did we miss a flag?
I think. Oh, there is. Did he throw it?
Is there an ineligible man downfield for the Arrows? I mean, if you're Brookings, if that's the call, then if you're Brookings, you kind of got to decline it, don't you, Tyson?
I would say so.
Ineligible receiver, downfield. Offense, that penalty decline.
Yeah.
4th down.
One of those old linemen thought he was going to take off and run too. Here comes the field goal unit, I'd say.
Rebecca Coney, husband coaches for Brookings, cousin plays for Watertown. Yay, football. Well, yeah, you're the biggest winner of the night, Rebecca. All right, so they're going to give Riley Fisher an opportunity to kick it. It's on the 25.
Yeah, 41-yard field goal.
42, right?
Yeah.
42-yard attempt. Riley Fisher, it's got the leg.
He nailed it.
Yeah, right down the center. Boom!
What a
Keep
kick.
the camera on that, young man. We should see some dancing from Riley Fisher out of that one.
What a great kick, Sam.
Bang that one home. He had plenty of leg.
Well, that's good to know. We just don't get to see a lot of
Plenty of leg. Murder leg out of that kid.
great kick. And how big is that?
And look at, you can see that smile all the way through that face mask. That is a happy young man right there. Hey, 10-0. We talked about field goals.
In a game like this, that is just huge.
Every single point counts when you got a trip to the dome on the line.
And now you're hoping with this kickoff, you're gonna pin Brookings with some more bad field position.
All right, I don't want to get too crazy, but there is definitely a chat war going on between Brookings and Watertown right now.
The rivalry lives on.
The rivalry has gone digital.
I'm here for it.
It's going to be, I might have to go and get caught up here a little bit later, but it's a lot of fun because both the chat war is in good fun. Yeah, it's great. It's great. All right, so 5 minutes left in the first half here, Tyson. 10-0 game. Both defenses kind of flexing their muscles a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a fun start. It's been a really good defensive game. Watertown just made a few more plays to break this game open, 10-0.
Brookings is going to return this one out of their goal line from the dirt.
Mr. All-State.
You get gobbled up right away. And all Schulte does is tackle people.
Does he wrestle?
If he doesn't, he probably should.
He might want to try out.
He could golf, track.
I think he should try out wrestling.
Man alive, that kid is talented. Very, very talented.
So just under 5 here now, Sam. Brookings does not have to do anything out of the ordinary.
No.
They don't have to put points on the board here. But putting something on the board going into halftime would make this, basically a stalemate going into the half.
I think if you're Brookings here, you really need to pick up a first down or two, maybe sustain a drive a little bit. But one thing for sure is that if you're Brookings, you can't let the Arrows score again this half. So remember, Brookings gets the ball at half. You're going to scramble out here. Oh, what a play. What a play by quarterback number 11 there. That's Gavin Anderson on his way down. Patrick Mahomes-esque.
Luca Lesson.
Look at this replay here. Replay here brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Doesn't have much.
Luca's got it.
He's got it up, and he's just going down to no, and just at the last second, he sees Conrad completes the pass for a 3-yard gain.
Turns a 5-yard sack into a 3-yard gain.
Impressive.
That's what wins you football games.
Absolutely. 2nd and 7 here as the clock continues to wind down on the first half. Cole Hansen out on an island by himself on Tetzlaff. That is Hansen Island. And they're going to go right up the middle here to Conrad, and he's going to pick up a couple yards.
Tetzlaff's still in the backfield there. But
Was he?
Yeah, they're number 2 on the edge. But if Tetzlaff goes out for that matchup, you're going to see a lot of jump balls.
Who's number 2 for Brookings? That Alex Wainman? Yeah, he's all 6'2" as well.
He's still got a few inches on our
yeah,
guy.
Tetzlaff's 6'4". Big guys for Brookings.
Yeah.
Does that mean good things for the basketball season for the Bobcats?
I'm sure.
Have one guy to his left.
3rd and 3, a huge play here coming up for the Arrows and Brookings.
Yeah, Brookings has got to convert here. Got some time, looks upfield, he's going to scramble. He's not going to get past Wenches.
Great
and right
tackle.
behind Wenches is all conference Jeremiah Schulte.
So there goes that punt unit out there, Sam.
Yeah, good job here by Wenches as recognizing it and seeing that the quarterback's going to take off. Once he gets his hands on you, typically you're not going to get away, but just in case, there's all-conference Jeremiah Schulte.
Now, if you're Watertown, you certainly can't end this game in the first half. But if you want an absolute gut punch here,
yes,
you go down and put a touchdown on the board, and Brookings is going to feel that going into halftime.
Let's see if Randall can get his hands on the ball this time here on the punt return and maybe advance it a few yards at least. It's going to be another short one. There's the fair catch.
Have you heard me say this, Sam? More good field position for the Arrows.
Very good field position for the Arrows.
Other than the opening kickoff, which they got about 15 yards on the first 2 plays, they have not started farther than their own 45-yard line the entire half.
We've seen Watertown right at midfield the entire half, just like you said, as we get a live look in on Pierre and Yankton. 6 minutes ago in the first half, Pierre's still clinging on to that 7-0 lead.
If Watertown doesn't have such a good starting position last drive, they're not in field goal range, at the end of it. So it's field position has been the name of the game tonight for the Arrows.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left here. Arrows have 2 timeouts remaining. And in the entire playbook after
you're going to take a shot here, go right in there. You're going to take a shot.
There's the play action. Hemrick's going to roll. Uh-oh! So a great catch by Wenches, but number 34 for Brookings there, Phoenix Sather.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get it.
Yeah, that was a dicey throw, but it was right on the money, right where it needed to be. And a good catch there by Spencer Winches. Good body catch.
Is there a cooler name in high school sports than Phoenix Sather?
Is it Sather or Sather, I wonder?
I don't know, but the first name is Phoenix, and that's solid. That's
a better name than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, well, Cooper Rush, that's a solid name. 2nd and 7 here, 2.5 left in the first half.
So Watertown coming out being aggressive here.
So now you got Pickens. So traditionally what we've seen here in this game anyway is that this is a run play. And again, he's going to go right up the middle. Patient run by Marcus Pickens.
Yeah, he almost got in front of Fossum.
Yeah, patient run.
Thankfully, took one more half step, let Fossum throw that good block, and then sneak through to get a first down for the Arrows.
Coming in for the Arrows is number 86, Hunter Peterson, who you and I both really like.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job blocking. He's reliable in that passing game. That tight end screen earlier didn't go so hot for him. He'll find a way to make another big play in this game coming up.
I'm really behind in the chat due to the chat war, but Smiley Wave says, okay, well, at least the Bobcats have a real field, not a baseball field.
One more year.
You can't say it next year, brother. You can't say it next year. Next year we'll have an actual football field.
Toss left.
This is going to go to Fossum, and he gets swallowed up by a slew of Bobcats. Tough to move the ball on this
you
defense.
get outside now, and it's just tough sledding night. It's almost like, you almost have to count on Pitkin in that run game, just where you have that extra blocker like with Fossum, just to create one more hole for you.
I think at some point, if you're the Arrows with Pitkin at your quarterback, you have to at least show the throw, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if they're gonna. Maybe they won't ever have to get to that point, but I agree. You think you're going to see it here at some point. And it won't be on this play.
So Hemrick is in as quarterback, and then Pickens wide right, closest to us. And that's Fossum next to Hemrick here. Hemrick's going to drop back. Quick pass there. He had Hansen over the middle on a slant. But there you see the arm strength a little bit from young Trayton Hemrick. He kind of gunned that one in there.
3rd down and 11.
Yeah, he throws a hard ball here, just a little bit on the outside reach there of Hansen.
Yeah, good design here. It's going to stop the clock, and if you're Brookings, that's good news for you, right? It's 3rd and 11, a minute 14 left. Keep in mind too, Brookings has got a kicker that he's got a leg too.
Yeah, if you can get a first down here, if you're the Arrows, you're basically already in field goal range. So we'll see what they dial up here.
Brookings stays in that traditional 3-4 defense with Hemrick back in shotgun by himself. The Arrows did a really good job of holding them up, but there is a flag in the area of holding.
And a great coverage in secondary by Brookings.
3 steps, get rid of it.
Number 7, Blake Canada.
It's hard to see the coverage there, but
they were all. You could see Winches there in the backfield. The secondary had them all covered up. It's better not to just force something up here. You're ahead 10-0. Defense is playing good.
I would make the debate that where you're at in the field position, you chuck one up on a 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
If it gets picked off.
Offense, number 78.
It's like a punt.
Penalty decline. White is chosen to start the clock. Am I ready?
They say they're going to start the clock? They're not calling timeout.
No.
All right, we'll start the clock. Am I ready?
Really? Brookings not going to be super aggressive here, doesn't look like. Watertown's just going to stand on the sideline. There you go. They're going to call their timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout, White.
I didn't think so.
They're first of the first half.
I agree with you to a certain extent. If you're going to throw up that Hail Mary ball to get, that's totally understandable. That was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, of course, there's one of a million things that could happen. They could get picked off, and the wide receiver may not be able to tackle him.
You never know.
Yeah, for sure. And on 4th 11, it's not in high school football. It's not a spot foul, but it's 15, right?
Yep. And they said that would put you in field goal range. So a little bit of an opportunity squandered there by the Arrows. If you're Brookings, that's really all you had to do to stay in this game. At the very least, taking it to half 10-0, and you're starting with the ball. It's a great way to end the half if you're them, even if you don't put points up on the board here in this last minute of the half.
And I think if you're Watertown, you squandered several opportunities.
Yeah, of the 5 possessions they've had, I believe, only 2 of them have resulted in points, and all 5 drives have basically started at midfield.
Yeah, they really have. The Arrows have been playing at or around midfield the entire game, and they got 10 points to show, which is great. You're holding on 10-0.
And it's almost easy to say here, if they catch this ball, this will be Brookings' best starting field position of the night. If they fair catch it for sure.
Get out of it. Taking a lot of good Watertown bounces. Yeah,
nice tackle.
You're just not going to get away from Schulte.
I might talk to him next week and see if he's actually going to join that wrestling team.
Yeah,
does he play basketball, Sam?
No. He was not on the team last year.
So
anyway.
He's got some free time, you're telling me.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty good.
I don't know much, if anything, about wrestling, but I think he'd be good at it.
You feel like he can go off the top rope?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can go off the top.
Oh yeah.
All right, so 53 seconds left here. Arrow's clinging to a 10-0 lead at the end of the first half here.
Got to have the secondary take a couple steps back, keep everything in front of you, and you'll be in good shape here.
Let's see how aggressive Brookings gets here, if they're going to do some intermediate passing or if they're just going to go deep right away. They're wide open. Woo! That is a dirty move there by Brookings. That's number 2.
And a great
Alex
job.
Wayman
Great job.
does a great job. Was that Decker that he got?
Yep, he shook number 9, Caden Decker. And if anything, you got to err on the side to get him to come back to the middle of the field. You got to keep that clock going.
Yeah.
Now he's able to pick up more yards and stop the clock once he gets out of bounds.
You know, and Decker's all conference too, so I mean that's not an easy task to do by any means. Good job by the Bobcats picking up her first down. Gonna drop back and pass. Is looking deep there, going down the sideline. Ooh. Shows off his arm again, and this time he overthrows his receiver.
Yeah, number 6, Levante Carter. He had a step on Schulte there, just a couple yards too far. Here's a live look in quick, Sam.
Hey, look at Yankton is knocking on the door here to tie it up at the end of the half.
They're going to get in.
Yeah, he's going to walk in. That's going to be 7-6. Pierce still hangs on to lead.
That's a good game,
pending extra point.
Might need to go split screen here in the second half so we can keep an eye on it.
Hey, I tell you what, man, you get this deep into the playoffs, it's a lot of good football.
A lot of good football.
A lot of good football. 40 seconds left in the first half with this one here. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Well, gonna go deep again down the sideline, kind of the same play, and he's gonna overthrow him by about 5 yards. I'm told to check out the chat. Corey DeGroot says one of the announcers sounds like Joe Rogan. I don't vote for him for announcer of the year.
I have no idea if that's you or me.
I'm gonna say it's you.
I don't know what Joe Rogan sounds like, I guess.
You never hear the Joe Rogan
I do,
podcast?
but I don't know what I sound like.
Oh, that's fair. You don't ever watch our show afterwards?
That's true.
Looks like there was a doink, not to be confused with a double doink, famously made by Chicago Bears Cody Parkey.
Yeah.
But Pierre's going to hold on to the lead. Special teams, special plays, special players.
3rd and 10 here.
34 seconds left.
Brookings can do. Ooh, that's a big first down if he got there.
That's a great first down. That's a good job.
Close. He got it.
Yeah, he made Nathan Briggs miss there.
They got a little easier than I thought. Guys, that would have been a big-time tackle for the Arrows. 4th and 3, you would have just about had to punt that ball away.
Yeah, and now I think if you're Brookings, 4-down territory, and I mean, there's a lot that could happen. Yeah,
and there's not a lot of time, so you might only get 4 more downs this half. You do have both your timeouts, but absolutely 4-down territory.
Yeah. We'll see what they do here after they pick up the first down.
We got Tetzloff out here at receiver, or is that number? Oh, that's Tetzloff down here at the top of this trips formation.
I don't know. It looks like a giant, so I'm guessing it's Tetzloff. That kid's impressive.
He's going to run it.
Drop back to, and he's going to go right up the middle there. But
that's a good play.
Is that Micah that got his big paw on him? Is that Micah Hawk, big old number 78?
Good awareness by the Arrow defensive line, not let him sneak out of there.
Yeah, big old Mike Hawk just grabbed him and just would not let him go.
They're second of the first half.
I saw a big old paw come flying in. Thought he's had a Bigfoot sighting.
Good gravy, Micah Hawk. Micah Hawk going to SDSU next year, Tyson.
Yeah, he'll have a little success there.
Yeah, and also he's going to play football and wrestle.
I still think Schulte needs to talk to him about wrestling then. Micah might want to do a little recruiting.
Maybe Schulte will wrestle Micah.
I don't know if that would turn out quite as well.
That's like a human wrestling a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Might want to pass on that idea, Jeremiah, if you listen to this later.
All right, so 2nd and 9, 22 seconds left. Brookings has got 1 timeout left, so that, I mean, you can still go over the middle and call a timeout.
Absolutely.
You know, so the whole field is available to you. They've been trying to attack that sideline, and is that Briggs over there that they're going after?
I don't know if they're attacking a specific guy. It's just it's the scheme right now. They're just trying to hit anything and stay close to a sideline, but that has been the near sideline so far this drive.
Pickett and Olsen backs deep for the Arrows, just trying not to let anything get behind them. Brookings going to drop back to pass. He's going to roll this way. He's got room to run. He's got room to run. Here goes Winters.
Oh, geez.
Oh, boy, that was a violent violent hit there at the end.
He's lucky there was a player that
yeah, I think there was somebody that kind of slowed him up a little bit here.
Winches was coming like a missile.
A replay here brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. You're going to see number 11, Gavin Anderson, roll out. He's headed for the sideline. Winches, yeah, it's Carter Ingles.
Yeah, Carter Ingles kind of broke his fall.
Carter Ingles slows him down a little bit. But.
And number 70, not in uniform tonight, Isaac Masonberg. Lucky he broke his fall, because that, I don't know what that machine they're sitting on is where you tape ankles. That would have hurt a lot worse if he hit that clean.
Man alive.
Lucky he's okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's a good thing that Gavin Anderson popped up from that one, and he's back on the field.
Pretty quick. 13 seconds, one time out here, Sam. Anything across the middle is wide open.
Yeah, everything is available here if you're the Bobcats offense, and if you're the Arrows defense, you just got to hang on.
And it's 4-down territory.
Got to hang on for a couple of plays. Anderson's going to drop back. He's got time. He's got time. He's getting barreled down on. He's going to toss it up, heave it up.
So now, even though it's 4th down, you're going to take a Hail Mary here, right? You got to. You got to throw this ball up to the end zone, see what you can get.
Jaden Lambert barreling down on him. I believe that was
Cooper Ketwick.
Cooper Ketwick was in on it too. Good job by the Brookings quarterback there, and forgive me, I keep forgetting his name, Gavin Anderson, of hanging on, and then dumping it, getting out of it.
If Cooper Ketwick doesn't leave his feet there, he dove at him and got wrapped up right under his knees, and he kind of slipped off. If he runs through that tackle, it is a huge sack right before halftime. But Arrows, they're backing up here. Keep everything in front of you. No catches matter. Just don't let them catch it in the end zone.
Prevent defense. That's all this is prevent them from getting into the end zone. But Aaron Rodgers somewhere is watching.
Don't do it like the Bears.
Aaron Rodgers is watching.
Here comes Winches.
And the Arrows are going to rush more than 3. They're going to go deep. He's going to heave it. It's going to come up short.
All right.
So at the end of the first half, after the incomplete, Watertown Arrows are holding on to a 10-0 lead. We're going to take a halftime break and come back. But please don't go anywhere, because this is South Dakota football, and this is a chance to go to the Dome, and this is a game 83 years in the making.
This is Nathan Lamb, class of '98, member of the 1996 state championship football team, and you're watching Watertown football on Arrow TV.
I'm Carter Ingles. I'm a senior. I play right tackle.
I'm Nathan Briggs. I'm a senior and I play wide receiver corner. All right. Would you rather an extra toe or extra finger?
Extra finger. Would you rather lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste?
Sense of smell. Do you have a secret talent? Can you do it now?
My thumbs are like double jointed, so every time I flick them together, it pops. What's the most ridiculous thing that you would buy if you had $1 million?
Probably like a jet. What's one item you can't live without?
My Xbox. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Hideaway.
Hi, this is Mike, and you're watching Watertown Arrow Football on Arrow TV.
I'm Micah Hawk, and I'm a senior. I play on the offensive line and defensive line.
I'm Malik Decker, I'm a senior, and I'm a running back. Would you always rather smell like garlic or a wet dog?
Ooh. Probably garlic.
Okay.
Would you rather have a unibrow or no eyebrows at all?
No eyebrows. No eyebrows?
No eyebrows?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. All right. If you could make a new ice cream flavor, what would it be?
That's tough. Reese's Pieces, but they probably got that flavor.
They got a lot of ice cream flavors.
If you were famous, what would be your stage name?
Malik. It would be my name.
Just Malik?
Yeah, it would be Malik.
All right.
That's my name. All right. If you could be invisible for a day, what would you do?
Robert Bank. Oh yeah.
It's illegal.
What's the funniest insult you can come up with?
Funniest insult?
Yep.
Insult?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come on, Malik.
See, this is what you're talking about, putting me on the spot.
Yes, sir.
We gotta keep it G-rated.
It doesn't matter. Come up with an insult.
You smell like wet dog.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the halftime, I guess you could say. 11 minutes to go here in half. 10-0 lead for the Arrows. Exciting, riveting action.
Been fun.
Man.
It's been fast. It's been fun. That first half flew by.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun, like you said. Let's recap the first half a little bit with some highlights and with some first half stuff.
It better start with defense. It feels like that's all we've had so far. Just the first play, really the first play of the game here, getting behind Big J and Lambert, and Marcus Fossum takes off.
You know, and then we see here from Brookings, and it gets the ball out to Tetzla. That was a big third down conversion from Brookings.
This is what you've seen a lot of, though, Sam. It's been defense all night. Watertown, Brookings. It's been relentless.
Another good third down conversion here, this time by the Arrows. That one this was the scoring drive. Here's the scoring play here as Pitkin rolls out to his left. Nice little floater over a couple of defenders. Olsen gets in there. Fortunate that he didn't spike it there. I felt like he wanted to spike it.
See, that's the thing is, the difference in this game is Watertown has made the big plays. They both made a lot of good plays, but the big impactful plays tonight really have all gone the Arrows' way.
Yeah, good deke there. Kind of leaving Decker out and alone there and picks up a first down. It's been a fun game. It's been an exciting game. I'm tired. You know, I feel like, you know, does the fat old guy have enough gas in him for another half?
It's been a rush. I mean, like I said, I'm a little winded. We've been up here, you know, screaming, yelling around, and it's been fun. I can't wait to get into the second half here, Sam. Let's see if you can draw some up here for us in a few seconds. But it's been a great game.
We're gonna go here in a little bit. We're gonna talk. I wanna really focus on the lone touchdown of the game, and so we're gonna prop up our new toy here in just a minute, and we're gonna show you the design and the execution of the lone touchdown of the game. And a couple things to focus on here is gonna be Himrich's ability to open up his hips and kind of throw across his body. All right, so we're gonna go live here with our telestrator. This is Ryan Gaynor of Dakota Land and the guys at DFS helping us out. So what you're gonna see here is this right here is our quarterback, right? He's gonna come this way and he's gonna roll all the way out here, and if we can stop there, you see a good job here by number 62. And who's 62 for the Arrows?
Mr. Dahl.
That is Mr. Dahl. That is your sophomore center. Comes out and does a good job of containing his block. Himrich does a good job of opening up his hips right in the back of the end zone. And if we can rewind that back a little bit.
Yeah, watch this route by Mitch Olsen. It's zone coverage, Sam. So when he gets across the middle, everybody thinks they're passing him off to the next guy. Then he breaks back to this end zone. This safety has no idea he's coming back. It's a great design, great route.
And what you see there by the two Brookings defenders is as Olsen is sneaking back this way into the back of the end zone, if we could go back just a little bit, you'll see that the two Brookings guys right here, look at where he's watching, he's this way, and if we went back a little bit, this guy's this way too, and then Olsen is sneaking in from behind.
And this is a great player for Brookings. Charlie Bisgard is an all-conference player in the secondary, and he just loses him there. He's ready to pass him off because he trails by him, but then breaks off to the corner of the end zone there. Just awesome play there by the Arrows.
Yeah, and I really want to give some flowers and some roses to the sophomore center who is able to swing out, hold his block, and give Himrick an opportunity to throw a touchdown. And we don't talk about Dahl enough. But we've said it before, and I'll say it again for the Brookings fans. He's a center, a sophomore center, with one of the best guards in the state to his left and one of the best guards in the state to his right. Two great tackles, senior tackles in Berg and Carter. And all this kid does is just get the job done over and over.
And he's got, like I said, he has the toughest assignment tonight, in my opinion, with kind of the matchup he's drawn with number 5, Josiah Thomas tonight. So hats off to him. He's a big part of why this game has gone the way it is. But as an interior, all 5 of those offensive linemen, they need to find a way to move that defensive line here in the second half to really get that run game started between the tackles.
And I think if you're Brookings, and let's talk about the Brookings defensive line. They do that 3-4, so meaning 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Sometimes you'll see the linebackers come to the line. But those Brookings defensive linemen specifically, and now they know the size and the strength of the Watertown offensive line. They felt it, they feel it. How much of a difference does that make for them going into the second half now that they've experienced it?
They might get wore down like anybody, but I don't think they care. They've done such a good job of holding their own tonight on that defensive line in that front 7. They're kind of looking at each other. They all play kind of both ways. They're just saying, we got to get some points on the board. We might hold them to 10 points the rest of the night, but we have to score some points here. That defense has been really fantastic. And other than just a few plays that have kind of got away from them on defense, that Brookings front 7 is bringing it tonight.
So we got just about 6 minutes left here of halftime. We saw some first half highlights. We analyzed a little bit of the first half. Let's go to some first half stats, Tyson.
The stats, as you can tell by how that first half went, not a ton on offense, just because of how good the defense has been. Marcus Pitkin has 5 rushes for 25 yards. Spencer Winches has 4 rushes for only 5 yards. He had that big 9-yard loss count against him. Gavin Anderson, the quarterback for Brookings, says 5 rushes for 2 yards. He had that 7-yard sack. Passing-wise, Trayton Himrick, out of his 8 pass attempts, he has completed 5 of them for 51 yards. Gavin Anderson, Sam, he has, it says, 11 pass attempts. I didn't think he'd thrown the ball that much tonight. He has completed 7 of them for 50 yards. So not a ton of offensive stats and production here. You also got a couple receivers. Mitch Olson has 2 catches for 36 yards. Alex Wayman also has 2 catches for 36 yards for Brookings. So a fairly conservative offensive output statistically, of course, because these defenses are just flying around.
Yeah, the defenses have both been great. And speaking of great defenses and great plays, checking in on Yankton and Pierre real quick. Sounds like Yankton banged home quite a long field goal at the end of the half to take a 9-7 lead.
I wonder, so they miss an extra point, of course they nail a long field goal.
Hey, the ball doesn't lie.
No, it doesn't.
The ball doesn't lie.
So at halftime, it's 9-7, you're saying, right?
Yeah, 9-7 Yankton.
Man, that's going to be a good finish, too. This one maybe you'll get over a few minutes before. We might have to tune into that one. We'll take care of business here, hopefully, first, and might have to tune into that game after if we can.
Yeah, and like I said, let's talk about the second half here. Brookings is going to get the ball in the second half. They haven't been able to you haven't proven that you can move the ball consistently. So what can you do differently? This first drive for the Brookings is super important, and I will say before I let you answer that question, I personally believe that Brookings doesn't necessarily have to get points on this drive, but they have to flip the field.
Yeah.
They have to flip the field.
At least take some momentum. I think that would be huge for them. And like you said, they don't need to score, but they have done a lot of vertical passing. Aside from that last drive, I know Watertown's defense is backed up a little bit, but some of those short passing routes, I'd like to see some more of that intermediate stuff. They've taken a couple shots against Arrow's defense tonight, and nothing's really worked out. But if they take a couple shots across the middle, challenge that Arrow's defense in the middle of the field, because the run game hasn't quite been there either. We'll see if they can get something started and going here in the middle of the field.
Where is Bergen Tetzlaff?
Sorry, I was distracted by that ambulance.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I promise Bergen Tetzlaff, it's not Bergen Tetzlaff is in there. You know, like we didn't take him.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. Like, I mean, that would be a pretty epic prank, you know, to take Bergen Tetzlaff and throw him in the back of an ambulance. I don't think we did that.
I'd love him to take the rest of the night off for the Arrow's sake, but I don't think he's going to. But in terms of getting him going, again, he's a tight end. You got to see him run more the middle of the field. He's not going to be running those deep fade vertical routes. So look for some inside breaking routes, some hitches, some slants. Look to get him involved in the passing game more. He's, you know, not typically involved in that run game very much, but they got to find a way to get him involved over the middle of the field. He's a matchup nightmare if you're Brookings.
And we've seen Tetzlaff go in motion, go under center, and and do a dive on short yardage, but Brookings just haven't had a lot of short yardage yet.
Yeah, they haven't. And to Watertown's delight, because if he gets under center, you're probably not stopping him from falling forward for a yard. Whichever way Micah guesses, he's probably just going to try to dive the opposite. So Watertown's got to keep them out of that that scheme and that short yardage. But yeah, if you're the Arrows, you got to be feeling good so far here. They have to come out and set the tone as well, and hopefully force an early punt here.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think if you're Watertown, this drive is really important coming out of halftime. Both coaches have had an opportunity to talk to the players, to scheme something up. Excuse me, both coaches are going to come out, all guns blazing.
Yeah, I mean these are 17, 18-year-old boys. You could go to the fourth quarter with it being 10-0 and still have a great chance to win this game.
Of course.
But more, I mean, it starts to wear on you, like you just can't get any points on the board. That definitely weighs on these young boys. So if you're Watertown, you got to come out and try to break their back. And if you're Brookings, you got to come out and send a message that we're planning on punching our ticket to the Dome tonight here, and it's going to be a long second half for the Arrows.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. This game is a game that was 83 years in the making, and now it all comes down to 2 quarters.
The last game ever in the stadium?
Yes.
We got to get that shot of the aerial. I want to see that one more time here, even if it's before the second half starts. Just a cool video, just a cool shot.
Okay, we all know what's on the line, and there's only a handful of people in the state of South Dakota that know exactly what these kids are thinking right now. Fortunately for us, we have one next to us, and you, who was a state champion with the Waverly Coyotes. Now, granted, your semifinal game wasn't 10-0 at half.
Right.
But talk about the feelings, the emotions, and what's that like, and how to compartmentalize all that going into the start of the third quarter.
I'll tell you this. If you have any thoughts about next week, you will not make it through this second half. You need to stay locked into this cause. This is going to probably be a close, knock them out, drag them out kind of second half. If you start thinking that you're going to make it to that next week and that next game, and are we going to be playing Pierre? Are we going to be playing Yankton? You will not win this game. So staying locked in is huge. Once you get there, it's a lot of emotions, obviously, just like anything. But these guys need to stay locked into this moment. It'll mean so much more to them an hour and a half from now. But right now, Coach Hortover sending the same message. We're only up 10-0. We'll take this a play at a time, a snap at a time. Rely on your brothers, rely on the coaching staff here. We'll get this job done.
See the stats on the screen here is for Trayton Hemrick, 3 completions, 29 yards, and 1 touchdown. I don't think the stats the stats don't scream, like super sexy for, for the senior quarterback. But he's been efficient. He hasn't turned the ball over. He's only taken 1 sack. And he's done a nice job when he's been called upon.
I'll stop you there. That was his touchdown drive. Hemrick has 5 completions for 51 yards in the whole game. But yeah, that one drive was the three completion, 29-yard, and a touchdown drive. So he's played a really good game tonight. Again, he hasn't been in there every play either. So 5 completions maybe doesn't seem like a ton at the half, but he's taken maybe not quite half the snaps. He's probably had 2/3 of the snaps tonight, would you say, Sam?
Yeah.
But again, not quite as many opportunities, but not Schulte. Pitkin and Hemrick have done a very nice job being blended together so far. Been a nice job by the OC for the Arrows. Winches with 4 rushes for 5 yards. Again, that 9-yard rush, that was a loss, really knocked his stats out. But at the end of the day, he doesn't care about stats. He just wants to get a W. He's playing great on defense as well.
Yeah, there's one stat that matters for Brookings, for Watertown, for any team playing football, and it's the score, obviously. And these offensive stats aren't blowing anybody away. You know, as we see, Wayman's got 2 catches for 36 yards. I mean, they're not like the huge numbers that we're acclimated to seeing from the Arrows, but we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Brookings' defense is formidable.
Yeah, they've been great all year on defense, just like the Arrows' defense. Now, so far, this has been the Arrows' best defensive game of the season. And Brookings has played really good on defense. They've just given up a couple big passing plays that have really pushed this game to 10-0, but they are only a play or two, or really a drive from being out of this game. They're going to start the half with this ball, and you never know. We might see a fake, might see a trick or of some kind. They want to get back in this game quickly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got roughly 1,500 people in here watching this game right now as we get ready to start the second half. I don't know if my throat has got enough to get through the second half. We're going to try to barrel through. I'm going to apologize if I cough in anybody's ear. I'm sure I will. But do not go anywhere, because this one is coming down to be a classic. Everybody knows what's on the line. Winner goes to the Dome. Loser goes home. I'm excited, man.
One more half.
One more half of football. 24 minutes of greatness to cement your legacy.
And again, I don't know where Brookings is going to start, but just how things usually work. Brookings is going to have more tough field position here to start this half. Even if they got to get them going on special teams, they need to have a big play of sorts just to get a little momentum in their favor, just to get this half started.
Kicking off for the Arrows is going to be number 21, Dancing Queen, Riley Fisher, who's got a big old boot. We saw it on that big old field goal that he made. He's going to kick this one into the dirt. It's going to take right to the goal line there. Taken out by Brookings and gobbled up by a slew of Arrows at about 15, Tyson?
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to take that right away. You saw him, he slipped with his feet in the dirt there.
Yeah.
He tried to kind of take off there, and that back foot slid out on a little bit. But again, starting on the 17-yard line, it's been an uphill battle for Brookings all night in terms of just starting field position.
11:55 here in the start of the third quarter. Bobcats are going to take over on the 17. I don't think have we seen Brookings under center at all tonight, Tyson?
Not much at all.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen much of them under center at all. A lot of motion from Brookings. They're going to go to their bread and butter, and that's just going to run the ball.
You typically see number 22 at that. It's kind of an up-back position. It's fullback. Jay Harris, the junior, the 6'2", 205 junior. You see him at fullback a lot, like a lot of Keys. He takes to the ball a lot of times. Even on film, I've seen him slip out into the flat on some play action. I haven't seen him get him involved much in that short passing game. To me, that's what Brookings is going to have to get going. Something short, over the middle, some intermediate passing game. It can't just be the long fade routes this half.
All conference number 1, Will Conrad, excuse me, has been a little quiet this game. But that has a lot to do with the vaunted Arrows defenses. Anderson's going to drop back and pass, and he's got time. He does have time. And Decker is going to fumble. Michael Hawk had an opportunity at it, but the big man slipped.
Gosh, what a great play by Caden Decker. He's been awesome tonight.
Boy, Caden Decker, his closing speed, his closing speed is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he goes underneath the block, and for him to stay with this, that's what you want to see. That's the kind of plays that sends you to the Dome, Sam.
Yeah.
Micah Hawk sees touchdown, his feet come out from under him. That was a great play by Caden Decker.
And it almost looked like, Caden was kind of going for the tackle, kind of going for the ball at the same time, but forced the fumble, and it's going to be a long third down now here for the Bobcats, and they're going to have to go back and start in the dirt.
Yeah, the job there is make sure you secure the tackle. Once you secure it, you start swiping at it and striking at it. It was almost a huge turnover there if you're Brookings. They're lucky to fall back on that
First turnover of the game, and we talked about how great both these defenses have been, but neither defense has been able to force a turnover.
Well, I think
it's going to be a false start on the entire right side of the Bobcats. Both teams pointing at each other.
When it's on the if it's on the entire right side, then you got a
dead ball, false start, offense, third down.
Yeah, notice how he didn't call out a number.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's the whole group, you think it might be the center that's a little behind, but yeah, I think there was quite a few that were moving early.
It's a false start, offensive line.
So now 3rd and 19. Now, again, we've seen them go to that deep fade route. They got some height advantage there.
I think we might see a draw here.
We got Hansen down here at the bottom with a mismatch.
Conrad the lone back.
Yep, they're going to take a shot down here.
Oh, Paul Hansen's in! That's a house goal! That's a house goal! That's a house goal! That's a touchdown! That's a touchdown! Cole Hansen, pick 6. Hansen Island strikes.
Man,
Dyson, what's better than turnovers?
Scoring on him.
Yes, sir.
We said right where he was going to go with the ball. His receiver never looked back. He was thinking deep. The quarterback was thinking like more of a quick slant route. Hansen didn't have to move. It went right into his chest, and he was able to capitalize and take it in for the end zone.
Looking like Larry Brown in the Super Bowl. The ball gets thrown right in him, and Hansen takes care of the rest.
You still got to catch it, right? You still got to catch it and take off.
Yes.
What a big play.
And then we see Cole Hansen right there making his case for the Dakota Land Player of the Game.
His play of the season for sure.
Wow. What a spark. And we were just talking about it. We haven't had any turnovers.
Just got to ask, right, Sam?
Ask and you shall receive. I'm going to ask for Riley Fisher to bang this one home and make it a 17-0 score. And he does.
Man, making it a 3-score game. The way points have been coming for these offenses.
And we'll see it here. Anderson Johnson, he just throws it right to him.
Got to be on a different page there.
Yes, I was just going to say, he just took it right out of my mouth. Obviously a miscommunication between the two.
Great blocking there by Luca Les. Oh, that was Jaden Lambert pushing him into the end zone there.
Weird. Jaden Lambert around the end zone. Like that's the offensive lineman just always finds ways to score, whether it's on offense or defense.
But I said that's there where you're pressing. You're just trying to make a big play. If you're the quarterback for Brookings, that's going to be a tough one to overcome here. But again,
Cole Hansen, like we do not talk about Cole enough. Like teams have figured out throughout the season, they just really don't throw his way a whole lot. And last week he was on a 6'9" receiver and clamped him down.
That was such a big play for this team, for this Arrows defense. And you have a mismatch there. I mean, you got so much size advantage, and a quick pass comes out early. Like I said, they're on a different page, and Watertown takes advantage. Really puts some separation on that scoreboard.
What a swing of momentum to go in the Arrows' favor. We talk about it all the time. Turnovers are great. Points off of turnovers are even better. But we never really talked about points on that turnover. And wow, what a way to start off the third quarter.
And the theme's going to continue. Brookings is just going to have an uphill battle with that starting position every single time.
We talked about how it was important for Brookings maybe not necessarily to score points, but to flip the field. And not only were they able not to flip the field, they weren't able to flip the field, but they gave up points.
And now I think it's almost imperative. You have to put some points up here on this drive, or the demeanor of this football team is. They're not going to give up.
Yeah, look at Riley. Look at Riley and Jurgens getting after it. A couple kickers just enjoying life.
It's just tough to bounce back when your offense has not been able to put a whole lot together. And now your offense gives up more points when the defense is playing so good. It just really hurts this team.
Now it's still early. There's 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter, so Brookings doesn't have to get away from what they do well. As you see,
Cole Hansen.
Is that Conrad with the carry? Yep, that's Will Conrad with the carry, and then of course Cole Hansen buries his nose in there, gets the tackle. But if you're Brookings, you can still do this. You can still go. A great block there by
probably number 22.
Is that 22?
Yeah, he blocks everybody.
Yeah, solid block there. But, I mean, if you're Brookings, you got to have a little bit of urgency, but you don't have to get away from anything yet. But now this drive becomes far more important than the last drive. Now you have to get points.
See, now they're down here into the boundary, and we'll see if they take a shot at Cole again. They're going to run it.
No, they're going to go here. He's not going to get away from Wenches, nor who do we got there? Is that Cole again? No, that's Briggs on the tackle.
I saw Wenches trying to get that ball out there at the end. Here's a replay.
I think Briggs was there to help get.
Yep, Briggs was. Having a really nice, quiet game, which is always good for a cornerback. Unless you're Cole Hansen.
Yeah, unless you're Cole
Hansen.
Hansen.
Fireworks tonight.
Man alive, Cole is a solid football player. 3rd and 3 here. Very, very important third down here for the Bobcats.
Pound it inside.
Man,
get out and around.
They're going to go outside. I don't think he's going to get it, Tyson. I don't think he's going to get it.
Oh, Caden Decker just been all over the field tonight, Sam Mooney. He is playing fast and physical and tackling better than he's maybe tackled all year, and he's been tackling good, but he's just been a monster on the field tonight.
Big-time players step up in big-time games and big-time situations, and we're seeing the entire team do it.
But it's safe to say it's not maybe the guys that we've always seen do it.
Yeah.
We don't always call Caden Decker's name. We don't always call Cole Hansen's name. These guys, some of the other guys that we don't always talk about, have been awesome tonight for the Arrows.
Yes.
Andrew Dahl in the touchdown pass.
Yes.
These guys are really stepping up here and putting together Watertown's best performance of the year.
But that's a well-rounded football team. That's a well-rounded football team, and Pickens back, and dangerous.
Uh-oh.
That's dangerous.
The only thing you couldn't do if you're Watertown.
Where was Randall?
That's what I was just going to say.
Where was Randall?
He's right here in front of us, but the only thing you couldn't do if you're Watertown.
Pickens can't go. He can't make that. He can't do that. You got to let it go. There's too many people around. It's hard to go up, to go forward and front and try to get the ball like that.
I'm more so just wondering what. I mean, I see Randall down here. I don't think he's hurt. I haven't looked and see if he went back in the game the second half. It's the old if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm not sure why he wasn't back there. But another challenge here for the Arrows defense. Life, if you're Brookings, you got to capitalize.
Yeah, if you're Brookings, that's the break that you've asked for. Now,
fake.
And now if you're Brookings, like you said, you got the break that you asked for. Now you got to capitalize. You have to capitalize. This is the first time they've been on this side of the field in how long?
Yeah, the first time all night. It feels like Cooper Ketwig with a nice tackle there, but I guess was the first drive they kind of got down here.
Yeah, I feel like they got down here on that first drive.
They didn't quite get this far at the end of the first half, so. But I mean, if you're Brookings now, it's probably 4-down territory the rest of the way. You're going to have to score and probably score a touchdown.
Hey, in a blink of an eye, we're halfway through the third quarter here. Conrad's going to, or is that Conrad this time, Tyson?
No, that was 42.
Is that 42?
I thought. Ben Schulte, freshman. Number 12, Drew Johnson. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. So as we approach the midway mark of the third quarter here, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. 6 minutes left. Brookings is definitely in 4-down territory at this
Absolutely.
point. I don't think
no matter what happens, you're going to have to go for it.
Yeah, unless you get sacked or there's a holding or a penalty of some sort. They got.
Don't have to worry about it now.
Great job by Brookings head coach Brady Clark.
Dead ball.
To go hard count.
Defense.
And that's called a 3 first down.
Yeah, see, Brookings stood up in here
for a first down.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. If you have any plans about thinking about next week, you better stay locked in here because Brookings is not going to go away quietly.
All the momentum was on the Arrows side after the Cole Hansen pick 6. And then after the Marcus Bacon fumble, Brookings is doing a good job of putting the drive together, but they got to get it in at this point.
Yeah, Watertown's offense has not been on the field this entire third quarter. Not going to be on there for another 2 minutes at this rate.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. And if you're Brookings,
now it's a false start.
Now they're going to go back.
They went back to the well and
dead ball. False start. White, number 53. First down.
But if you're Brookings, you'll trade that, right? Because you got the first down. So, you'll trade that.
And you got 4 downs here, so you're still not afraid to run it for the first couple of downs if you need to.
And I think if you're Brookings, too, you don't necessarily have to have a touchdown here. I mean, your field goal kicker is very capable. You got to make it a 2-score game. Right now it's 3. You got to make it 2.
If I was gonna disagree with you, Sam, it'd be right now. I think there's a part of Brookings that needs to put a touchdown on the board here. If it's anything close when it's 4th down, they're going to be going for it.
Yep, 1st and 15 here. 5 minutes and 53 seconds left.
Number 14's wide open.
He got another pick. We got another turnover. This time it's Nathan Briggs. He's going to come back to our side. He's going to find that sideline. He's got one guy to beat. He's still on.
What a
run by Nathan Briggs.
Oh, there's going to be some penalties coming out.
Careful, purple. Purple.
There it is. Watertown's going to back up.
Careful. Hey, you got too much to lose. Stop.
So I see 4 penalty flags, Sam.
Yeah, there's a lot of laundry on the field.
Let's go back to Briggs here first.
Great job by Briggs. Secures the interception and then does a great job with after the catch.
I think at the end here, I think
he got hit late.
I think it was clean. I think Hunter Peterson might have came in a little late and tried to help out his teammate here, but I think he got tackled in bounds.
I think he got tackled in bounds, but I think what happened was the stiff arm that he kind of shoved the guy to the ground.
Yeah.
And then I thought I saw like a little push after that, and then all heck broke loose.
It's always tough when you end up on the opposing team's sideline. Somebody's gonna push you. It's even if they're trying to help you up, it's gonna feel like a push.
Hey, the important thing here is that there just isn't any ejections. If you're Watertown, and if you're Brookings for that matter, because this game's far from over, you cannot afford any ejections.
I think you might see some offsetting penalties, but for sure Watertown is gonna be backing up if it's just on. There they are, all 4 of them. At the very least, Watertown has got a penalty on them.
Yeah, and you saw the Arrow coaches were trying to get in there and break it up and stop anything from happening. We'll go to here down to the field.
We have fouls on both teams.
Offsetting.
Dead ball falls. Unnecessary roughness on Watertown, number 86.
Yeah, that's Hunter. That's right.
Unnecessary roughness, White, number 54. It'll be 1st and 10, Watertown.
54 is Cohen Beinhorn.
And if you're Cohen, I totally get it. You're sticking up for your teammate.
Yeah,
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's even though it's the wrong move, I'd have done the same thing.
It's football. It's a violent sport, and emotions get heavy, especially when there's all this on the line too.
But Nathan Briggs now with really the second biggest play of the night. Watertown's cornerbacks have stepped up big. I almost forget the number now. I think it was number 14 for Brookings. Ezra Item, I think it was him that was wide open, kind of in the flat.
Yeah,
Pass
he
just
was.
kind of sailed on the quarterback there for Brookings, and Briggs was able to take advantage.
And now if you're Watertown, you can lean on this run a little bit. Marcus Fossum does a good job of picking up a few yards there.
And I think now it's going to be, I think Hemrick may stay in this game, but it's going to be a lot of running, whether it's Pitkin running the ball or Hemrick handing it off. We're not going to see a lot of crazy stuff here coming.
Coach Hodor just tells you how much you know. Hemrick comes out of the game.
Yeah, then it's going to be Pitkin. It's going to be all run plays.
We're going to see a lot of run here. Second and 6 here, 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Pitkin is now the quarterback with Fossum to his left. Oh, that'd be a Fossum. Yeah, that's going to be a full start. And I'm glad that they called that because they feel like they've been letting that go a little bit.
Yeah, you've always been a stickler on that, Sam.
I have. I mean, if it's early,
it's early.
Dead ball. You want a false start.
It's early, it's
offense, number 25.
No.
Second down.
So I just think the way Coach Hodor has seen his defense play tonight, the big plays they've made, he's not letting anything go in harm's way. He's going to just keep pounding this ball. Hemrick's coming back in. We'll see if we get something back under center with Fossum, with winches. And just want it to be a clean, safe game at this point if you're the Arrows. Nothing high risk, nothing crazy.
Second and 11 here. Hemrick's going to be back in under center.
Watch Peterson here. See if he comes back and sets the edge for the Arrows.
Wenches is the fullback here.
See, he came back and they're going to follow him.
It's a full. Look at that. Fossum breaks it a little bit.
And they're going to call for a false start. It says flag on this. Oh, they took it off. If we see this replay, watch Spencer Winches, watch Hunter Peterson coming back here around, watch Fossum follow him. Beautiful blocking there by the Arrows. Great job running the ball by Marcus Fossum.
Yeah, Fossum's doing a really nice job of being patient tonight.
Being patient, but then when he hits it, he goes hard with his head down.
I thought they had the first down there, but
third and 1.
Yeah, you're going to see Wenches in the heavy package here. Everybody knows what's happening, and there it is. And there it is. And there it is.
I really think they could run that every play, Sam.
Wenches is down. Wenches is down. Let's see if we can see what happened here on the replay.
Did he come down on his leg? Is it a
hip, maybe? Maybe a hip?
I'm not sure. Don't want to speculate, but it didn't look like he landed awfully, but sometimes it doesn't always matter how you land. It must be an arm. No,
it could be an arm.
His right arm?
Yep.
Well, he can take a couple plays off here. I think he's a tough dude. I think he's going to be okay, but they might give him a couple plays off here and do their best to get him back in there on defense.
Yeah,
it might just be a stinger. It might have just landed on
definitely a shoulder, excuse me, a shoulder or an arm of some sort. Where's he at down here?
Right here.
Yep, I got him. Yeah, and it looks like they're working on his shoulder. Hopefully it's just a stinger.
Yeah. Yeah, just give him a couple plays off. Hopefully get him back in on defense when you get back out there.
Back to action on the field here after the first down. Here by Wenches. Pitkin going to go over to the right here. You could just definitely see the difference in speed and quickness when Pitkin's back there.
So many mouths to feed if you're the Arrows as Pitkin comes over here to the bench and has a seat. But if you're Brookings, even though Watertown's one of their biggest threats out in the run game, you still got so many guys you got to worry about. You got Fossum, you got Pitkin. Oh, we got a flag that came out late.
It's probably on you for calling Wenches Pitkin.
Did I? Did I really? I said you got so many mouths to feed. Did I say Wenches again?
Wenches is right here.
Just keep feeding him. Just keep feeding him.
Wenches is directly in front of us here.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Watertown, number 2. That'll be his first towards disqualification.
I'm not sure what Cole did there.
It was way out. That's why I thought it was on Brookings, because it was kind of way off on the side by that Brookings sideline there. And man, I don't know what happened there at all, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have any idea.
Watertown's got locked back in here, though. It's a 17-point game. Still a lot of time in this ball game, and you're just about pushing yourself out of field goal range. You're going to get back.
3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Yeah, and
get back under center. We got 27 in.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 22.
Corbin Hansen is
22 with 3 minutes left here.
Yeah, Corbin Hansen's in for Spencer Winches at fullback.
Fossum's going to take a great block there by number 27 for the Arrows. 27 for the Arrows is going to be Corbin Hansen. You just called him.
So now if you're Coach Hordorf, I would say, looking at the last field goal, you just got back in field goal range here. Maybe you need another yard or two, but do you look at throwing it to try to take a big shot, or do you just pick up 3, 4, 5 more?
I think
keep that clock running.
If it's me, I'd probably try to pick up 3, 4, 5 more yards and get myself in field goal position. The important thing is that the clock keeps going.
Right.
But it looks like they're going to throw here.
Hit it.
And Yeah, and they're going to go just right out into the flat. Great block there. Stay in bounds, Marcus.
Picked up 6, 7 yards about.
Who had that block there out there? I missed it.
Mitch Olson? No, it's Cole Hansen.
Is that Cole out there blocking? That's a great. Yeah, it was Cole. That was a great block by Cole Hansen. Cole's having a nice game.
Very nice game.
I just don't believe that he would ever say or do anything to unsportsmanlike. Do you know Cole's dad?
I was just going to say, I've never heard his dad say anything other than, the prim and proper, so I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him after the game.
Yeah, we'll reach out. We'll reach out to Jeff.
Well, all
right, I'm excited about this field goal attempt here. He hits this. He's the new dancing king. It's got the leg, Tyson. It's got the leg.
Wow.
He buries it. Murder leg with another one.
What a weapon. 2 for 2 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points.
Yes, sir.
I need to get a shirt in his name tonight.
Have a game, young man. Have a game.
Riley Fisher.
Yeah.
The senior kicker.
Yeah.
Has been huge tonight for the Arrows.
The other thing to keep in mind with that, too, is the 6 points is obviously huge. Goes from 14 to 17, 17 to 20. But it's the field position in the event that he misses.
Right. And we've talked about it, and we've even joked about it at times. Watertown's Achilles heel has been the extra points, and tonight they've turned it into such a strength. The field goal kicking, the extra points haven't even been a concern. They've been awesome on special teams tonight, Sam.
And the other thing with Riley, and talking about that big right leg of his, how many has he put it into the back of the end zone, too?
Yeah,
maybe not tonight, but he's done it over the course of the year.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say field goals. It's been special teams as a whole.
Yes.
He has been, and that entire unit has been awesome tonight.
All right, we got a happy birthday shout out here to Ian McCann. He's now at 18, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ian.
I'm also told that Aero TV is live at Buffalo Wild Wings right now. Tyson.
If you're watching us, guys, we're glad you tuned in. We hope you're having a good time.
Yeah, have a drink, have some delicious wings. Watch Riley Fisher get another touchback.
Watch the Arrows try to punch their ticket to the Dome. We got about a quarter and minute and a half here, and we'll see who gets the job done.
on their own 20-yard line.
Well, okay, so if you're Brookings, the fat lady's not singing, but she's warming up.
You know, it's still a 3-score game. You're going to have to put 3 touchdowns on the board, and it's going to have to start right now. Those turnovers are really starting to bite them here in this third quarter. We'll see what they get going here. We'll see what they dial up.
All right, Jeff Reese just said in the chat, he said, hey, Sam, you're going to need a bunch of shirts tonight. So we're already talking about the Dakota Land Player of the Game. We got a few shirts.
Riley
here
Fisher's
left.
thrown his hat in the bucket for sure.
Man, he's been big. He's been big. How about Riley Fisher, kicker, getting Player of the Game?
Caden Decker's been awesome. Cole Hansen's been awesome.
In a game to go to a dome. Is that Tetzloff there? That's a big guy. Is that Conrad?
That is Tetzloff running the ball.
Yeah,
they're trying to just find a way to get him involved, and I don't blame them.
I mean, look, he just runs over people.
You don't see Jaden Lambert fall off too many tackles.
Yeah, you don't see Decker
falls off.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's a big dude.
Just as a small update here, we got Spencer Winches still sitting down here in front of us. Got all of his pads on. He looks good that way, but looks like he might be sitting there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, just a lot of focus and attention on the shoulder of Winches, as you see right there. You're going to stay with that ground game, try to
Caden Decker in the backfield again.
And, oh, look at Jaden Lambert trying to snip.
Ooh. Brookings might have got
they got away with there. Or either that or is Ketwick a great actor? Let's see.
Let's get this to the fourth quarter.
Number 5 here. Plays over.
Oh, he just tripped over his own guy.
Yeah.
He may have got pushed a little bit, but he tripped.
Yeah.
Let's see if they get one more play off here before the quarter.
It doesn't look like they're in any kind of hurry.
I try to snap this ball.
I agree.
You know, time is of the essence if you're Brookings right
Third
now.
and 1 here, 7 seconds left.
They're not going to snap it.
2, 1. Yeah, we're going to go into the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get it, but we're going to go into the fourth quarter. Arrows are holding on to a 20-0 lead, 12 minutes away from a trip to the Dome. We're going to take a quick timeout, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. All right, and we are back, and Tyson, we talk a whole lot about the football team, and rightfully so. The main event is the main event, but we got to take this opportunity to thank a lot of people that make Arrow TV happy. Make Arrow TV happy. Producer Ryan Remmers, class of 1992. Technical director Carter Remmers, class of 2023. Cameras Carter Miller, 23. Bentley Moan, 9th grade. Jonathan Gilbertson, 12th grade. Stats is Conrad Pitkin, he's a freshman. Scorebug is Chase Pay, he's a freshman. And then the replays is Parker Remmers, class of 2023.
We've gotten some flowers tonight, Sam, but we wouldn't even be half as good as what we are without these guys.
That's a
Mr. Remmers has these guys locked in and loaded every day. These high school kids love coming to do this. They love cheering on their brothers out there. It's just an awesome production, but it all starts with them.
Yeah, we're a little biased, but we definitely like to say that Arrow TV is the best high school production in the state. 12 minutes left here in a game that took 83 years to get here. They start the fourth quarter with a monster sack by Marcus Fossum.
We got a flight that came out super late. Honestly, Sam, I think it might be a face mask.
Are you going to get a face mask on Fossum?
I think it is. He reached in really late when he had him down. It's not
right there. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think when he's swinging his arm over, he grazed the face mask. Holding.
Oh. Man, because I would say it was the ref out here, like by Watertown's middle linebacker. I was surprised he saw that through all those linemen.
Holding. White, number 54. Penalties declined.
I don't know. Maybe they were watching the Cincinnati Baltimore last night. I don't know.
It was fourth down.
Like a face mask.
Fourth down. It was a great play.
Right there.
He certainly didn't need to do it. It was a great play.
No, of course not. It definitely wasn't intentional. But
now that forces a punt. And another huge play. We've talked about it. Even though both teams have played great tonight, the big plays, the game-winning plays, realistically other than that fumble Watertown had, they've all came from Watertown tonight. They've all been in their favor.
Arrow's defense has been flexing its muscles all game. And that one may have got tipped a little bit.
No.
Maybe tipped a little bit. Arrows are going to start off again with phenomenal field position. 11 and a half left.
You can tell this crowd's starting to feel it. These players are starting to feel it.
Let's see if we can get a replay here and see if this one got deflected off the foot a little bit. Snap comes in a little high, takes the punter off his spot.
I don't think anybody got it.
Well, you see, you see
fingers?
maybe a fingertip.
Just enough, maybe?
Yeah, great rewind here.
Is it
right there? See it? Right, just maybe a little bit.
I don't know if that's Malik Decker or I just saw a 3. I didn't know if that was him.
Yeah, great job by Remmers on the instant replay.
This crowd's starting to sense it. These players are starting to sense it. The end may be near here, Sam.
Fossum they're starting to lean on Fossum. Look at Fossum, just runs hard.
Taking multiple guys to get him out of bounds and get him down. Coach Hordorf, as he claps, he applauds the effort. He wants that ball to stay on the ground the rest of this quarter. Sam, as we check in on Yankton and Pierre here, still 9-7, middle of the fourth quarter, and Pierre has the ball 74 yards out from scoring.
David Hegg chimed in. He said, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this broadcast, much better than the other broadcasts. Good job, guys. Appreciate that, David. And I apologize to the chat in advance. Like, I've done a poor job of keeping up on chat
chat's
tonight.
On one tonight.
But yeah, chat is definitely on one tonight. So, like, best that maybe we've ever had. Little play action here from Himrick. I think they were looking to take a shot. And they're going to take a shot. He's got picked in.
He's in the end zone.
There's a couple flags.
It's going to be coming back.
There's a couple flags. There's some laundry at the line of scrimmage. Himrick's got his head down as if it's on the Arrows.
He says, come on back. He waves him back.
Yep. He's no dummy. He knows.
That's what Coach Hordorf's saying. I thought we were just going to run the ball here. But I love the shot that you're taking. It obviously worked out. It just had a flag bringing it back.
Holding. Offense, number 62.
Mr. Dahl.
Second down.
He's had a tough job all night. He's held up so well. One play's not going to change that.
No, gosh.
Watertown's they still got 2nd and 16 coming up here, so time to make it up. But if you're looking at a glass half full, you ran 8-10 seconds off the clock.
No, you're good.
You want to keep burning some of that clock.
See Cole Hansen coming back onto the field, Nathan Briggs coming back onto the field, and where's Wenches? Yep, I was just going to ask, where's Wenches? Did he go back?
Is he going to go take those pads off? He's sitting right here. He's standing up with his helmet in his left arm. I think his right arm was the sore one.
All right, well, he's still on the field. He's still in pads.
He's ready to go if need be, but I think they're going to take it easy with him if this score holds.
Yeah, 10 minutes left here, and you're holding on to a 20-0 lead. Himrick's going to... I love that play. We've seen... Marcus Fossum can feel it. Keep him going. Keep him going. Yeah, he can feel it. That young man is just putting heads and shoulders down.
He also senses what's near.
Yes.
It's a trip to the Dakota Dome.
Yes,
he wants to go right now.
Just knocks him right back on his butt.
He's taking all prisoners with him.
Yes.
What a nice run by Marcus Fossum. Way to finish that. They never got him down. Had to blow the whistles.
He's angry, Tyson.
He is angry. Call Kyle Brandt, get that scepter over to Watertown, South Dakota.
The entire time he keeps his legs chugging, just moving, and they still weren't able to bring him down.
Send it to Vermillion. We'll pick it up there.
10 minutes to go here. Arrows hanging on to a 20-0 lead. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 after the
3rd and 11.
2nd and 11 as the scoreboard says. Himrick's going to roll. Yeah, just get rid of it, young man.
They redid 2nd down. That should have been 3rd. I think it's 4th down. Yep.
Yep, and then we just see our scoreboard was off there. 2nd and 11. That was actually 3rd down. Good call, Tyson. Good job by Himrick, just getting rid of it. 9.5 here. I think everybody can kind of sense it.
Yeah, I mean, you and I can sense it. Just want a clean punt here. Again, theme of the night if you're Brookings. Probably not going to have very good field position to start. Watertown's going to try to keep that 0 on the board.
Let's see if they can pin him back here. A little false start. Not called this time. Great punt. I think we call that a coffin corner.
Special teams have been awesome tonight.
What do we say about special teams? Special players.
Special teams is last.
Yeah. Special plays, special players, special teams.
There you go. It's your saying. I let you have it.
I was waiting for you to call it. Special play or special plays, special players, special teams.
Yep.
Yeah, you love to see it.
We got to see it. Just to make sure here, yeah, Spencer is still chilling on the sideline. And again, that's what we're going to expect here. We want to see him just hang over there and relax.
Yep.
As long as we can in this fourth quarter. Just take the rest of the night off, if at all possible.
Enjoy the last 9.5 minutes. Watch your brothers out there. Go finish the job here if you're Watertown.
Oh!
Yeah, we saw that earlier in the game to Tetzloff, and they had some success there.
Yeah, number 14, Ezra Idem, was trying to get that ball in his direction. He was the guy that almost caught the crossing route that was picked off by Briggs.
Yep, Schulte right there on him.
Just a dominant defensive performance if you're the Arrows here so far.
Yeah, it's been man, Arrows defense didn't give up any points last week. They're pitching a shutout so far this week. You know, they're 9 minutes away from heading to Vermilion.
I think this might be this. Depending on how much time that can be wasted, this might be the defense's last drive here, but we'll get there first. Boston's going to come on a blitz.
They got Tetzloff wide open. Makes Decker miss. Boy, Tetzloff.
He's just a good player. Just a really good football player.
Yeah, he's a special player. I'd be curious of what he's doing after high school.
He's got another year to decide, luckily for him.
Yeah.
He is going to keep growing and keep getting stronger, but he is a fantastic football player. We talked about it.
Yeah.
This is why Brookings is going to be good next year. They got a junior quarterback. They got good weapons across the board. They're going to be tough again.
I talked to Brookings' coach before the game. I asked him how many seniors he had. He said 10.
Even the two quarterbacks they have, you know, they're both juniors. So they got a few different options that they're going to have in play, but just a good, solid football team.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a Bobcats fan and we were here last year at
Get him, Luca.
Great job of getting out of being elusive and getting out of that and completing a dot for a first down with Pitkin on the tackle. Last year in the first game of the season last year, we had these two teams and Arrows walked out like 38-0.
Yeah, we've talked about it. The growth of Brookings is has been incredible to me. Watertown had some success, obviously, last year, making it to the second round of the playoffs before getting beat by Pierre. But Brookings has absolutely turned the page and made this an incredible season year over year. Pierre still has the ball down 9-7 with 4 minutes left in that fourth quarter. Gonna be curious to see how that one finishes up.
Yeah, if we can get a break in action here, maybe we can get a split screen here. Brookings is going to go deep. Just overshot him a little bit, Tyson. That's kind of been the story of the game.
Yeah, they've taken some shots.
Yeah, they've taken some shots, and they like to go down that sideline. They've gone down that sideline multiple times, so they just haven't been able to connect so far.
On the play before, another catch for Alex Wayne, or Wayneman, I believe it's pronounced. He's got 3 catches tonight now. Having himself a nice night. He just wishes he's been able to connect on a few more.
Wenches is still on the sideline with his helmet in hand.
You know, yeah, I'd like to see him switch hands with that helmet just to see how much weight he's going to put in that arm. But again, I'd rather see him just hang out on the sideline the rest of the night.
8.5 minutes left in this one as Brookings is trying to hold on here.
Ketwick's coming on the blitz. Ooh.
Good job, elusive quarterback play here.
He's going to pick up the first down.
Yep, good job. Cole does a good job of not letting him pick up more. All right, there's 8.5 minutes left here. All right, here we got a live looking at
Pierce driving.
Hey, floats one up. Did it get picked?
It did.
It did. Yankton picks it off at the 1.
Man, still time, obviously.
Throws a floater down the middle of the field, and it gets Oskied. Big play there from Yankton. Brookings still trying to hold on to it.
Great time.
Lots of time.
Great time in the pocket by
Lots of time. Comes back. He's looking to throw this one.
Oh, boy. Is that Fossum?
Yeah, Fossum with the sack. Yep. That's number 2. All day to throw. Great. What do we call that? Coverage sack.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Sack. You know, that's got to be on the quarterback at the end of the day. If you get 10 seconds, you can't get a sack.
You got to do something.
Is that a timeout by? Oh, we got a guy down, Sam.
Nope. Yeah, I can't quite tell who that is.
I wonder if it's number 2. He's a receiver that I can tell is tall. Hopefully, if it is Alex, hopefully he's okay.
Look at our Arrow sidelines here, enjoying it. You think that they can taste it? You think that the Arrow sideline knows that they're just seconds away?
They can feel it, I think, Sam.
You think that they're a few
doing
minutes
a little
away?
Cotton Eye Joe dancing down here. The cheerleaders are dancing. Everybody's dancing.
So what we're looking at right here, this is the 4th quarter of the Aberdeen Central game. You'll see that the Arrows are 6-2. There's 5.5 minutes here. That, what you just saw right there, was the last time that the Arrows allowed any points.
8 quarters without being, just about 8 quarters without being scored on so far.
And that was in a 41-7 game, so it's kind of garbage time, but this Arrows defense is formidable, and it is tough, and it is mean.
Lucas just about had him there. Schulte and Decker. Mufta.
7.5 here, Tyson.
Watertown's defense has gotten better, it seems like progressively every week. But they are just flying around having a good time right now, just having fun.
Yeah.
Just being game wreckers out there. It's been fun to watch tonight. Hurry up here by Brookings, 3rd and 7. Obviously you got 2 downs here. Tetzloff at the top of the screen. No.
Oh, Ketwick just came barreling down.
What a catch!
No, he dropped it.
Man,
great defense there by Olsen.
And almost a better catch. He had it there. Let's see.
Hey, you know what? My man here, Anderson, strong, stands in the pocket, throws the ball downfield. He's banged up a little bit.
Man.
They're going to have a holding here. This is going to be a holding on Brookings. But Anderson is a warrior. I mean, he took a shot right there.
Are you declining this, Sam, if it's you? 4th and 7 or 3rd and 17? I think I just decline it, but we'll see what they do.
I think you push him back. I think you push him back.
Gonna get a sub here on the defensive line.
Holding on the offense. White, number 54. 3rd down.
He said, "I'll tell you when I'm tired, Coach. I'm going to stay out here a little bit longer."
Well, yeah, because now he can pin his ears back and try to go get a sack.
And you don't take him off the field in the pass rushing down, Coach.
No, heck no. Heck no. Arrows are going to
He's getting business right now. He doesn't care.
Yeah, Arrows are going to accept the penalty and bring up a 3rd and 18. 7 minutes left.
Keep eyes on that quarterback. Keep him in front of you.
3rd and 18 here.
Here comes Fossum. Here comes Cooper or Decker.
Schulte's got one. Schulte's got one. Little lob ball right into Schulte's hands.
Put the ball on it, Sam.
Put it on ice. Put it on ice, folks.
These players can feel it. They said this crowd's came to life.
Put it on ice. Your Watertown Arrows are 6 minutes and 56 seconds away from heading south.
Just this defense just hasn't quit all night. And again, I think that might be the Arrows' last drive on defense. And how fitting if it was. Just another big play. 3 picks all from the secondary. They've just been outstanding tonight. Your 4 secondary players, all 3 of them had a pick. And the play before, Mitch Olsen does an incredible job knocking the ball out of the receiver's hands. Secondary's been flawless tonight.
Just an absolutely dominating performance from your Watertown defense.
I said it now 3 weeks in a row. Again, I think this is Watertown's best game. They keep getting better every single week. As Pitkin takes the ball, ooh, number 22 hangs up
just
there.
whipped him around, and Pitkin stays on his feet. You see the good balance from Pitkin. Tyson, can we get an update on what's going on in Pier?
Yeah, Winch is coming down here. It looks like he's taking the wrestling off. He's telling Mom and Dad he's okay. 1 minute left. Yankton is up 9-7 on Pier with the ball. So it looks like as of right now, Yankton's going to hold on.
I don't know if maybe if our protection crew can we get a split screen of that, guys?
Yankton's going to try to punch their ticket first.
Yeah, maybe we can see what's going on there and finish off the rest of the game on a little split screen. And if you're there, yeah, there we go. Perfect.
All the scoring in this one in the first half.
We're going to keep this here for a while. 4th and 11 here for Yankton as the Arrows are going to just try to keep milking out the clock here as best as they can.
And they're way backed up, it looks like, Sam.
Fossum's going to stay in bounds. Hold on to the ball. Good tackle there by Brookings.
So if you're Pierre, you're going to get the ball with plenty of time in range. But I don't know what their Pierre's kicker's like.
4th and 11 there for Yankton.
I mean, what do you think? Pierre's going to have to get the ball at midfield here with a minute 30, Sam. They got plenty of time to get. I don't know what their field goal kicker's like, but you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah,
they made an extra point earlier, so he can kick them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one turns out, and see who the Arrows are going to play next week on Friday night at 7 o'clock at the Dakota Dome. Pretty great. Tyson, we've been pretty blessed. We've had 2 good years in this booth.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 for 2 by a country mile, Sam. It's been a heck of a year. Sam, let's tune back in here to watch Yankton punt this ball.
Okay, so Yankton.
Timeout, Watertown.
Oh, is he going to house this? Is he going to house that?
They're already in field.
Oh, no, they all the way down to the 20. What a return from Pierre.
We certainly don't want you to leave our broadcast.
Oh,
but if you're going to split screen us, I totally understand.
Man.
We'll see if we can keep that up for as long as possible. Keep getting you some up-to-the-minute updates.
We talked about it. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Pierre is still.
I would like to play Pierce, and I'll just say it out loud.
Hey, you know what? It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Anyway,
it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Most importantly, I want
here we see here
is
first and 9 here for Yankton, or excuse me, for Pierre.
Clock's running.
Looks
they're
like
let that clock run.
Yeah,
no hurry.
Like they're about at the 10, 9.
They're going to motion their guy underneath and take a QB snap. They've done that. Oh, there he goes. Down to the 5-6 yard line. Oh, geez. He kept going.
Did he get it? No, he's down. He's down at the 1.
And the clock's going to run even better if you're Pierre. I don't know if Yankton's going to call timeout, but that clock's going to keep on rolling.
Oh, man.
As we tune back in here to Watertown, just trying to run this clock out. They're going to take under 5 minutes. Pitkins just going to take off and run with this one.
Yep. Go over there to the.
They're going to bring it back.
It's going to come back.
And again, if you're Watertown,
that's okay.
Yeah, that clock's going to. You're going to burn 7 seconds there and run another play.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's a flag on the play.
You keep doing that, eventually you're going to be back at your goal line, but keep wasting 7-8 seconds every play if you can.
Holy offense, number 64. That penalty is declined.
5 minutes left in this one, Tyson. Arrows are 5 minutes away from punching their ticket to the Dome. Looks like 10 seconds left. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 for Pierre at the 1.
If Pierre has a timeout, I mean, just go, sneak twice, right?
Yep.
If they have a timeout. And we've just kind of like Tetzloff here for the Brookings Bobcats. Pierre has a guy that does the same kind of thing. Just goes underneath, under center, gets under there, and tries to punch it in. Oh, they declined, so Watertown's going to punt here.
Yep.
Hunter Peterson, I don't think it's supposed to be.
Just tick-tock. Make it. Yep, get a timeout here by Hodorf. Yep, Hodorf wants to finish this one out. Got to finish it out and do it the right way. Guys, I might make my way down there a little earlier tonight. You might be up here alone for a little bit.
That's okay. We'll make it work. Well, let's talk about it then, Sam. What are you thinking right now? I think Caden Decker's been incredible tonight. I know Cole Hansen had Hansen had the biggest play of the night, but Caden Decker has just been all over this field. And Riley Fisher has 8 of the 20 points. I mean, he's been awesome too. So I don't know what you're thinking right now.
I think
there's our crew up top.
I think you got to go Decker, Riley Fisher, Decker, Riley. Okay, Pierre's got ball, 3rd and 2.
Pierre with a QB sneak, and they're going to get the
power in. Pierre scores. Pierre scores with 7 seconds to go, 6 seconds to go. Pierre takes the lead. Pierre takes the lead with 6 seconds to go.
Everyone else is locked in.
Yep, I tried to yell it out there, but
everyone that's watching knows at least.
I think Wench's dad just went over there. Yeah, Wench's dad just told him. Look at Wench's. Wench's dad just told him.
The whole Lambert family's looking here.
Yeah. Pierre just scored with 6 seconds left. Yep. Pierre just scored with 6 seconds left.
We get all the action up here in the booth tonight, Mooney. As they kick an extra point to go up 14-9. It says with 8 seconds to go. Here's this touchdown, Sam. They're going to bring it in here so we can all see it again. Hey, Sam, I'm going to have you say it one more time. To be the man,
yes,
you got to beat the man.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
And the man's going back to the dome, it looks like.
A 7-time state champion making their play for number 8. Hey, you know what?
In the second half.
If you're the Arrows, that's what you want. That's what you want. Go beat them.
You wish you could play them here. You've already played them there, but we'll certainly go play them in Vermillion.
Absolutely.
So the starters are still out there. 4 minutes to go here. See if we start to slowly take them out or if we want to keep the 0 on the board. Take a shot. There's another pick coming. Ooh.
Cole Hansen was going for his second one.
Mitch Olson lays some lumber out there.
Tyson, I'm going to start making my way down there early, and I'm going to see if I can get some help from the player or from some of the coaches so I can get Riley Fisher.
You're going to take the mic? Yeah, here.
Yeah, so I can get Riley Fisher, I can get Cole Hansen, and I can get Caden Decker.
I think so.
I think we're going to go 3 tonight.
I think so.
We're going to go 3 tonight.
We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. I think you got a little time yet. You're going to try to do some interviews before?
Yeah, I'm just going to go and get the coaches, ask for a little bit of help, and head down there.
Maybe you should wait 8 seconds.
All right, fair enough.
As Bob Brookings drops back to pass. Ooh! That quarterback takes a shot from Fossum. Caden Decker with another tackle here. Gets Tetzoff out of bounds.
All right, you're on your own, brother. I'm heading down.
Play?
You're on your own, brother.
You'll be with me in spirit.
Caden Decker knocking him out of bounds. First down.
Look up here. If I give you a thumbs up, you know what happens.
8-yard line.
As 4 minutes are left here in the game tonight for the Arrows. I'm going to keep an eye on the last play or so here of this Yankton game. Just to keep everybody informed if I can. Looks like Yankton's going to take a timeout just to draw up their best play here if they can. Sam's going to go down and try to catch some of our players of the game as Caden Decker comes on a blitz here. A nice pass over the middle there to number 3 for Brookings. He's picking up a very nice gain there. Number 3 for Brookings. Doggy Thomas, a senior, 5'11", 175-pound receiver with a great catch over the middle.
First down, Bobcats.
Must have been a 20, 25 or 30-yard gain there. Great play for Brookings, trying to get some points on the board here, if they can here. As Yankton comes out here, even for their last play, I got to keep an eye on that game. Brookings in shotgun here. He drops back to pass. Lambert's coming. A nice toe tap catch by number 2. Yankton. Pierre's going to win the game as the ball bounces to the ground. Pierre will head back to the state tournament for another 7th or 8th consecutive trip. So congratulations to the Pierre Governors as they storm Yankton's field and celebrate. So a big shout out to them. It looks like that's who Watertown will be facing next week if Watertown's able to hold on here with just under 4 minutes to go. That'll bring up 2nd and 1 here for Brookings. With just under 4 minutes to go, Watertown's going to keep blitzing. They throw the ball up to the corner of the end zone, and just a little bit underthrown there. And that was, looks like number 6, Levante Carter.
Number 6, Levante Carter. Marcus Pickens defending, incomplete. 3rd down at 8 yards.
Let me see if I can get an eye here on Sam Mooney down on the field. He's looking to try to corral a few players. I haven't seen him yet. I don't know what he's up to, but Brookings comes out here for 3rd and 1 with just under 4 minutes to go in this game. As we have our last ever game here at the iconic Watertown Stadium. Brookings trying to put the last points on the board. Watertown obviously trying to keep them out. Brookings quarterback's going to take off up the middle and just get drugged down by number 50 for your Watertown Arrows, Sawyer Knopf. A 5'11", 215-pound senior defensive lineman with a great tackle there. It does move the chains here for Brookings. I do see Sam down there on the field now. He's found the reporter. And the person's going to help him with the camera. And he's going to see who he can catch here after the game. As Brookings drops back to pass, quarterback's going to get out of the pocket. He's going to throw it up. What? Oh, nice catch there by Brookings number 2, Alex Wayman, but he was out of bounds. As you get a look at here at Watertown student section, wearing the all black outfits tonight. So Brookings huddles up here on 2nd 10 as Watertown tries to keep this score at 20-0. Still has, looks like most of the starters out there so far. I think Micah Hawk is the only starter I can tell that's certainly out of there. Brookings drops back to pass here. Scrambling around and Sawyer Knott throws it. Throws him down here. I don't know if that's going to be called a fumble or an incomplete pass. Looks like I got Sam Mooney back in the booth here with just under 3 minutes to go.
A little premature, Tyson.
I said I knew you'd, I know you say you're old and slow, but you got 4 minutes, a long time to get down to the field.
A little premature.
That's all right.
Gonna come back. I was hanging out down on the field too long. Couldn't see anything. I missed you.
I'm glad you're back. 2.5 minutes to go here. A nice play there by Sawyer Knopp to bring up third and 13 here.
Get me caught up. What did I miss?
Just more good defense by the Arrows, making some good plays.
What do we got? 3rd and 10 here. 2 minutes left.
Pass over the middle to Tetzloff, and he catches it in the end zone. Going to put Brookings on the board with just over 2 minutes to go here.
So Arrows lose the shutout. Definitely gonna, well, not definitely. Can't say definitely, but should win the game. But if the Arrows hold on here and win this game, they haven't given up any meaningful points in 12 quarters.
Yeah, it's been something what this defense has done.
Tetzloff kid's impressive, isn't he, Tyson?
Oh man, he's just a flat-out stud.
Yeah, he's pretty special.
Oh, and Briggs just about blocks that extra point. Gets a little dirt on the old jersey.
27, Brookings still alive.
The last play you missed in the Yankton game, they had a short completion, did a bunch of laterals, ball fell on the ground. Nothing crazy there.
So what we see here is we talk about the Dakota Land player of the game a lot. The players seem to like it. And so what we got here, if we get camera on it, if that's possible.
There you go.
All right, there we go. So we got the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union player of the game there. So what we do is we give out at least one of these every single game to typically to the winning team. We haven't given one out to the losing team yet.
Spearfish running back got one,
but they won.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
So we give one out to the player of the game, and that player of the game is, if that's somebody from the opposing team, then so be it. It doesn't always go to Watertown.
Right.
We gave one to the Harrisburg volleyball player the other night. Boy, that Harrisburg volleyball team is ridiculous. And when Spearfish was here, we gave one to their running back,
who was just a monster.
Yeah, who just had an incredible night. So Dakota Land player of the game, pretty neat. We give one out to whoever we think is the player or players of the game. Hopefully Gainer's not watching anymore, because originally it was supposed to be one a game. We've given out like 6 a couple weeks ago.
He might have tuned off already.
Yeah, maybe he just called. Maybe
it's
he
for
called
the kids.
Yeah, we're gonna see Brookings attempt the onside kick here, which is fun because we don't see it very often.
Nice kick.
Great kick.
Pitkin handled that one. He got drilled, but what an onside kick.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal onside kick by Brookings. And you're right, Pitkin did get lit up there. But the Dakota Land player of the game is cool. The kids seem to like it. You know, they're kind of always fighting for one. And I think we go Riley Fisher, Cole Hansen, and Caden Decker tonight.
Yeah, Cole Hansen easily had the biggest play of the night so far. Just, 10-0. Brookings starting the second half with the ball, and Cole Hansen just takes opportunity in stride and scores and puts this game almost away.
Well, we still have about 1,500 people on here. What's Arrow TV's plans for next weekend?
It sounds like we're I mean, Sam, you go ahead, tell. You do it better anyway.
Okay, so what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to replicate like a Monday night countdown type thing. So Tyson and I will be there. The Aero TV crew will be there. PBS, South Dakota Public Broadcasting System, has the rights the exclusive rights to broadcast the game. So we won't be able to broadcast it, but we're going to try to do some pregame before the game. We'll have a table down there. Maybe we'll get some interviews with Hodorf, maybe with some of the players. Tyson and I will break down the game. We'll watch film on Pierre all week. We'll talk about the matchup. And then
I'm always watching. How early do you think we're going to be getting on before the game?
We'll probably be somewhere between half hour to an hour. Once we get that information, once we know for sure, we'll try to get that out to everybody. But we'll be on a half hour, an hour before the game. We'll talk about the game. We'll break it down, and then we'll ask everybody to go to PBS and watch PBS for the game. And then at halftime, we'll want you to come back over to Aero TV, where we'll do a halftime show, and we'll break down the first half, and then we'll want you to come back afterwards. We'll break down the game.
We'll try to hand out a player of the game to somebody from Watertown, hopefully.
Yeah, yep, and hopefully the Arrows are going to be hoisting that state championship trophy
against the Peer Governors. Gosh, it's
just so great.
Just the storyline keeps getting better.
It does. I mean, gosh, we've been talking about it all year, and I hate to be redundant, but to be the man, you got to beat the man, and Pierre is the man.
Yeah, they deserve to be there.
Yes.
And 2 months ago, if you'd have told me Pierre was going to the state tournament or state championship game, I'd have told you you're crazy. And shame on me, because they've been there, they've done that, but they've gotten so much better since Watertown played them 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It's a different beast.
Andy Risvold had asked if any idea how out-of-state viewers can watch the game next week, and I think PBS is on YouTube. So you should be able to watch that game. South Dakota Public Broadcasting System, go to YouTube, and you should be able to watch it on YouTube just very much like you're watching us now on YouTube.
Okay. I didn't know that even.
Yeah.
Good question. Asked and answered.
I'm pretty confident. Please don't hold me to that, but that would probably be your best shot. Otherwise, you can go online, sdpbs.com.org.edu, whatever it is, .something, just put them all in.
Somebody's going to call into STPB and said, Sam Mooney said you guys were going to be on YouTube.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident they are on YouTube, so you can watch that way. But I would encourage everybody to come in that's watching now. Give us a shot. Check. I mean, Tyson and I have never done a pregame before.
Never done a state championship game.
Aero TV's never done a pregame before. We've never done a state championship game before. But man, we're gonna be there.
It's a year first here.
Yeah, just what an exciting time to be a Watertown Arrows fan, and just man, the community is just so proud of the football team.
Lambert pulling around.
Look at Fossum. Oh,
man. You gotta get him out of there.
Yeah,
hurt somebody.
Fossum is he's on one right now. So as we wind this down, wow. I do want to talk. I want to talk about something that happened today. So we talk about the community. We talk about everybody rallying around the football team and everything as we see Fossum. Hopefully he doesn't get arrested for that. But that's a great tackle there by Brookings guy too. I mean, he ran right into him, but
he did get him down, Sam.
Yeah, he did get him down. That goes down as a tackle. Okay, so I went out for lunch today, and I went to go pay for lunch, and then this guy comes up to me and he goes, I can't let you pay for lunch. Everything that you guys do for the community is so great. Aero TV is great. We appreciate this football team. We appreciate these players. We appreciate these fans. Tyson, I gotta go give out some shirts because we're going to state, baby.
Down there. As the final minute ticks off here at the iconic Watertown Stadium, Sam Mooney's going to make his way down to the field. One last time here to hand out some players of the game. These Arrows they're fired up. Spencer Winches looks like he's fired up. Looks like he'll hopefully be playing next week. This Arrows team deserves this. We've been lucky to broadcast these games all year for the last 2 years. This is a great group of young men, a great coaching staff. They deserve it. I'm going to send down to this last play here for Mr. Himrick. And your Watertown Arrows are going to head to Vermilion next Friday to play for the South Dakota State AA State Championship. Congratulations to your Watertown Arrows. Congratulations to their opponent next week, which will be the Peer Governors. That game next Friday is at 7 o'clock. Again, we will try to have a pregame show starting around 6:30, if not 6 if we can. We'll make as much as we can happen. We still cannot broadcast that game. We'll try to come back in at halftime and try to come back on at the conclusion of the game. But right now, this is all about these kids. I'm so happy for them. It's been a great bunch, been a great team to call the games for. Great crowd. So proud to be a part of it. Thanks again to Dakota Land and DFS Insurance for helping make this happen. Our production crew, they've been incredible all year. We'll need them next week doing our production on the road, but it's just been a fun year here. I'm going to let you guys just take this in a little bit as these players come running down to this sideline and celebrate with their student body and these fans one last time.
677-5959.
And what a special moment for these kids. I was fortunate enough to have something like this happen for me. This does so much for these kids, and I love that these other kids get to join on the field here with them. It's a special moment for these kids, for these students, for their family. We'll try to go through some of these highlights here, but again, just what an incredible moment. An awesome game by the Arrows here tonight. Start to finish, they were in control. The run game was good. The defense was unbelievable. The special teams was unbelievable. It was just an incredible team effort. As we try to catch up with Coach Hordorf down here, I just can't say enough good things about this team, and I'm so happy that they were able to pull it off tonight. We're going to try to get down here to Sam Mooney, see if we got a live mic with him and Coach Hordorf.
Bob Beams, who's normally with us, but Ben Reese was sat in the last 3 games. You're only as good as your spotters, and we look forward to the 2025 season in our new football complex. But first of all, we've got a big game at the Dome. Congratulations, Watertown Arrows. Thanks for your support. Fans, drive safely and have a good night.
Looks like we're about to get, here we go down to Sam Mooney right now.
Coach, congratulations on the big win. Your defense hasn't allowed meaningful points in just about 12 quarters. How good is that unit?
They're a very good unit, and credit to Brookings. They have a bunch of young guys. They're a very good football team. They're an up-and-coming group. Great job to our defense, our offense, our special teams played well tonight. It was a great night for us.
Little unconventional tonight with 2 different quarterbacks. How good was Hemrick and Marcus tonight?
They're both good athletes. They do different things. So Marcus runs the ball well, Trey throws the ball well, and we did a good job of executing that.
All year, the extra points have been kind of an area where you could work on. Riley Fisher comes in tonight, bangs 2 42-yard field goals. Special teams, special plays, special players.
Yeah, not an issue tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Coach, congratulations. Go get him in the Dome.
Thank you.
I'm here with the Dakota Land Player of the Games. I got Riley Fisher. I got Cole Hansen. I'll get to you next. Cole, big time pick 6. Walk me through it.
I saw the guy start running a slant, and I jumped on the slant. He curled up for a sluggo, but the quarterback threw the slant, and I picked it, and I ran it back.
The whole time, did you have pick 6 in your mind?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw the pylon, and I ran for it.
Good job, young man. Big play.
Thank you.
Riley? 2 big 42-yard field goals. Talk about your murder leg.
Oh, you know, I gotta say thanks to the snapper and our holder and the O-line for blocking. Gotta praise him. It's good stuff.
Hey, you got a lot of people watching right now. I've been talking about for 2 weeks the dance moves. Hey, this team's going to state. Dance over there.
A special moment there for your Arrows. Caden Decker as well, another player of the game. Again, just a shout out to this Arrows team. Hopefully we see you guys next week with us around 6:30. We're going to kick off with the pregame show. We hope you catch up with us. We'll sign off for now. And your Watertown Arrows are headed to the state tournament next week to the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. Thanks, guys.